Mid-Valley High School baseball is on the air. The following sports broadcast is an exclusive presentation of News Talk 1580 KGAL and is brought to you by Lynn Benton Tractor, Our Honda, Ixtapa Family Mexican Restaurant, Albany Grocery Outlet, Stavros Auto Centers, Mark Thomas Motors, Burgerville, Now Builders, Northwest Apparel and Embroidery, Wilson Motors, Figaro's Pizza of Albany, Like New Appliance, and by Economy Supply Building Center. Now get ready for Mid-Valley High School baseball with all the action. Here are Radio Ray and Scott Landgren, live on 1580 KGAL.
And a very good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to baseball today. A little bit of a feedback there with the hello, 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 hello. Certainly the words that I speak today will be most important, but there's no reason to put them on twice. A good afternoon, gorgeous, gorgeous afternoon for baseball. From Corvallis today, a very important game in the Mid-Willamette Conference season, as we are coming down toward the end, of course. It's a matchup between the Dallas Dragons, the visiting team today, and the host Corvallis Spartans. They are 1-2 in the league. The game might have more importance if Corvallis had won yesterday, but they were defeated in the first of three games by Dallas by a score of 7-4. As a result, Dallas opened up a two-game lead in the Mid-Willamette Conference. Had Corvallis emerged as victorious yesterday in Dallas, the two teams would be tied for first place today. On the other hand, perhaps yesterday's loss makes this even a more key game, because if Corvallis has any hopes of winning the league this year, they must not only win today, they must win Friday as well. Yes, that would put them back into a tie for first place, but they then would have won 2 of 3 games in this series, and the two teams finish in a tie at the end of the season. Corvallis would have the tiebreaker. So the fact that they were defeated yesterday makes this even more important for a Corvallis victory this afternoon. That will be a tough, tough task, because Dallas is the number 2 ranked team in the state, according to the Oregon State Athletic Association. And they have played extremely well. They've only lost 1 game here on the season, losing last week 1 of 3 games to West Albany. By the way, good afternoon. I'm Radio Ray. Over there is Scott Landgren. This is the first time I've been back here in the Corvallis press box since last summer. We broadcast American Legion ball each year, games for the Mid-Valley Rockets, who play over at Memorial Stadium at West. Yeah. And the Ritchie's Market, now T. Girding Market Builders, who play here in Corvallis. Scott, however, was here last Friday. Now, last week, I was off in the friendly environments of my former hometown of Buffalo, New York, and my wife's hometown of Cleveland. So it was a little tough to do a broadcast from there. So Rob Allen and Scott kindly did the Tuesday game, Lebanon and Crescent Valley. Lebanon won, although they would then lose the next 2 games of that series. And they also were going to do a game on Friday between West Albany and Dallas, which was a key matchup. For the second time this season, West moved their game up to Thursday, unbeknownst to us. And I guess once again it was the same reason. There was at least a chance of rain last Friday. They wanted to make sure that they got it in. Why take chances on Friday? Thursday was nice, so they played. It makes it tough to do the game on Friday when it's already been concluded on Thursday. Now, don't try that at home. It's one of the things we're in broadcasting. We can understand those things. It's a little more complicated for you. But that meant in order to do a game on Friday, that Scott and Rob came over here, and they did a very tough contest between Silverton and Corvallis. Corvallis went scoreless in the first inning.
Yeah, both teams actually went 1-2-3 in the first inning. I thought, well,
game.
Yeah, we're going to be in for a good one today, maybe. Wrong.
It was wrong?
I was wrong.
Really?
Yeah.
What was it, 3-2?
22 to nothing.
Let's see.
22 runs on 11 hits for Corvallis. They only had 11 hits. Let's see, 17 walks by Silverton on the ball game, and I think 3 hit by pitches. And it seemed like every count was 2-0 before you blink. So it was very repetitive. If you listen to it, I'm sorry, it was such a boring game. But you know, we got a game in. That was important.
I feel sorry for you, because you showed me the scorecard, and the thing is just a mess. They're cross outs, and 52 batters are coming up in an inning.
That's the bad thing. There's couple of bad things in scorecards. One is that, just like you said, when there's a whole bunch of batters you bat around, they batted around in the second, third, and fourth inning. So I was moving everything over an inning.
Exactly.
And then in the later innings, they cleared the bench, so we didn't know who was at first base, who was at left field. At the point, we were just talking about the left fielder making a great play because it was ridiculous. They made so many changes, and it's tough. It's tough on us. It's tough on the players. It's tough on everybody.
We always explain this on the scorecard. You've got an inning, 9 innings in a row, and if there are more than 9 batters, you have to put whatever it is the batter does, whether he gets a hit, walks, whatever it may be, you have to put that next to his name, but now you have to move over an inning.
Yeah.
And if they bat around again in the next inning, you're now moving over 2 innings, but putting an arrow back to the inning where it actually is, and it gets very confusing to read after time, particularly when there are 22 runs and the kind of things that you talked about.
And there's the defensive alignment, all those scribble outs, because I didn't know who was where at the end. So it was a rough time, but we got a game in,
yes,
and Corvallis looked good. Yeah, oh no, it's no problem. I mean, it might not have been the best thing. There it is. Almost every bubble, every square is filled, so there's that.
And all the darkened spaces, one way of counting a run is that you just fill in the darken the square. That means they scored a run, and it's an incredible scorecard. You ought to put that up and maybe auction it off or something.
Oh yeah,
it's beautiful. It's a thing of beauty.
It really is.
By the way, that West Dallas game that we had intended to do and wound up 5-4, Dallas winning. It was an exciting ball game. It would have been a good game last week. Dallas has had a knack this year of winning some close contests. Now, last week against West, they were defeated in the middle of the 3 games, but they won the first game 5-4. They won the third game 5-4. They have put away the lesser teams in the league, just as Corvallis has done rather easily. But when they have played a tight game, they have always managed to win that contest, except with the one exception last week against West. Even the 7-4 game yesterday was a good battle here with Corvallis. Dallas wins it. Last year, they won the league championship, and they have many of the players back. It was a younger team. Many of the players have returned this year. They won a play-in game last year against Eagle Point before being defeated in the first round of the playoffs. Same thing for Corvallis. Last year, they made it into the playoffs, won the play-in game, and lost in the first round. Corvallis has long been a dominant team in the league. It's been the last 2 years that Dallas has emerged, and this year, they really have an outstanding team, a team that they think can not only win this league, but can also vie for the state championship in 5A baseball. That said, we think that we have a good, close, well-played matchup this afternoon. Dallas and Corvallis on KGAL will take this time out.
Around here, we take refreshment pretty seriously. How else do you explain the coffee cart in front of the coffee shop next to the other coffee shop? And we all know those mental reboots can cost. But at McDonald's, whether you want a soft drink or a coffee, you can refresh for just $1.
At McDonald's, you can get any size ice-cold soft drink or any size rich premium roast coffee for just $1 every day. It's more value to love.
Perk up for $1? Now that's what I call refreshing.
A la carte only. Price and participation may vary.
Introducing the brand new Premium McWrap from McDonald's. With fresh vegetables and delicious chicken bundled together in a meal-sized wrap. Each bite you take is like no bite you've ever tasted before. Hold the phone. I'm taking another bite. The new Premium McWrap. For just $3.99, it's a whole new way to love McDonald's. Price and participation may vary.
What do you expect to accomplish this year? Whatever the task, it's easier with the top-selling subcompact tractor, the Kubota BX70 from Lynn Benton Tractor. And now during Kubota's Great Expectation sales event, you'll not only get a great deal on the BX70, you can expect great versatility, performance-matched implements, and great value. Raise your expectations with a new Kubota BX70 now with financing as low as 0% APR. There's a BX Series model for you at Lynn Benton Tractor on McLean Street in Silverton or on Highway 99E, Tangent.
The really big spring event is happening now at Power Honda in Albany. Check out the all-new 2013 Accord and find out why it is the winner of the USA Today Motor Week Midsize Sedan Shootout. During this month of April, you can take advantage of 1.9% financing for 60 months on the all-new Accord.
Financing subject to approved credit.
Visit Power Honda online at mypowerhonda.com or stop by Power Honda in Albany today, just east of I-5 on San Am Highway, your Honda Superstore.
Financing subject to approved credit.
1580 KGAL.
Your pocket. Where's my pen now?
It's in your pocket.
Why is it in my pocket?
I don't know.
It was on the counter 5 minutes ago.
Well, you were writing checks in between the breaks. So.
I write checks. You know, the thing is, I say this all the time on the radio, you make the money I make, and the people don't understand what that does to you. Yes, I'm, wealthy, independently wealthy, but what it does to you, it changes your entire personality because you have to live the salary. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
It's like last week in, Buffalo and Cleveland. You're going all the time. Just the thing. You get Motel 6. Try to bring them down in the rates, but, you got to pay the top rates. Sneak a couple extra people in the room, maybe divide it to make it work. But, the thing is, you have to live the life, Scott.
Mm-hmm.
Where are we?
We are in Corvallis.
I see Eric Daisy is shaking hands. What did we say that the coach's name from Dallas? We learned that a couple of weeks ago.
I believe it was Scott McDonald.
Scott McDonald.
Yes.
Scott McDonald, Eric Daisy are at home plate shaking hands. Had a little laugh with Eric before the game. Eric is one of the kindest, most pleasant people you will meet. Always very much under control of baseball games. Was coach for several years with the American Legion team. Has decided now to work with younger people in the summer because they're coming into the high school program where he still is the head coach.
Yeah.
He's assisted by Kirk Myrold, who is now the head coach of the American Legion team here in Corvallis. But Eric always is right down to the baseball nitty-gritty before that lineup card is done.
Mm-hmm. He is.
And we learned, he came up and gave it to us personally today. We learned basically it's the same lineup as yesterday.
Yep.
But he was still contemplating, which is a good thing. The manager's still figuring that out, still working it out
Always
prior
thinking.
to game time. But we had a little smile about the lineup card, and that he so often has won the famous PPA, the Pitts Penmanship Award, that the managers desire this more than even a victory in a game. And he has once again won the Pitts Penmanship Award that's very clearly handwritten.
Oh, yeah. It's great. And he even talked about that when he came up. He talked about the Penmanship Award. So it's getting known. It's a great prize.
He was happy to see that Scott McDonald had typed his, which actually, you can't win the Penmanship Award if you're not writing the thing.
Right.
And it would be nice, you would think typing would make it very clear. It's not. The manner in which it's done is actually very confusing. It's very irritating. So the winner of the PPA, the Pitts Penmanship Award, clearly is Eric Daisy, who, as I recall, lost it once, and it was, I hated to do it, but I believe he lost a couple of years ago. The only time in his career, but he keeps up an amazing record. Beautifully written. Why don't you give that lineup here today for Corvallis? I'll try to write this in while we're doing that.
Sure. For Corvallis, leading off playing center field is Henry Rondeau. Zach Humphreys batting second, playing left field. Third, Nathan Reynolds, the shortstop this afternoon. Tiger Liner catching, batting fourth. Luther Ellenson, the pitcher. Keen Markley, second base. Justin Rouleau is third base. Derek Porter, the designated hitter. And Kyle Storm, the right fielder.
Whoa. We have our national anthem. We take our break at the station, and we will return.
You will always get your money's worth, and the food is fresh, original, and tasty at Ixtapa Family Mexican Restaurant in Lebanon. Open areas or cozy booths, you'll find Ixtapa's service superb and menu variety most excellent. Visit them for lunch or dinner, where the parking is convenient and the atmosphere is sweet. Are you part of an office group? Groups of 10 to 25 are always invited, and $3 drink specials are always offered. Enjoy Ixtapa Family Mexican Restaurant today at 25 North Main in Lebanon.
Time to get growing. An Economy Supply Building Center can help. Get the nutrients your soil needs with EarthGrow Steer Manure Blend. Each cubic foot bag is now $1.39, and it's an Economy Supply special buy. Have moss? Then now's the time for Scott Super Turf Builder with Moss Control. You'll save $4 on each bag that covers 5,000 square feet. It is time to get growing, and you'll find all the great Scott's products to help you at Economy Supply Building Center, where Highway 34 becomes Tangent Street, Lebanon.
1580 KGAL.
Very nicely played. The Corvallis High School students with the trumpet. I don't know that you could hear that We are using a new piece of equipment this year, which is really nice. It is a far better sound than the old cell phone that we used.
Yeah.
But the board is a distance from me, and I could not turn that up for you, but I hope you were able to hear at least a piece of that. I don't know the young man's name, but very nicely done. Just about ready to begin today. They are still manicuring home plate here.
That gives you a couple minutes to run in the lineup, though, so that's
It does do that, and I'm down to Justin Rouleau. And you can spell this at home, R-O-U-I-L-L-E-A-U. Is that how he has it? No, A-U. L-L-A-U. R-O-U. There is no I. It looks like an I.
No, it's a U.
L-L.
Yep.
A-U.
It's Rouleau, though. So.
All right. And Dylan, no.
It's
Derek Porter.
Yep. Derek. That one is looked like he had to scribble it in. It's really dark on the...
I'm sure that Eric is listening in the dugout. You may lose the PPA yet. It's not official at this moment. Derek Porter is the DH, and Kyle Storm. And what is he doing today?
He's right field.
The right fielder. And we have Henry Rondeau, the center fielder. Zach Humphreys in left field. Nathan Reynolds is the shortstop. Tiger Liner is the catcher today. Luther Ellenson will be the pitcher. And there we have it. And if I can fill that in, Luther Ellenson.
The lefty on the mound.
The pitcher. All right. And the pitcher for Dallas is, who is the pitcher for Dallas today? Scott Sheppig. Scott Sheppig will be the starting pitcher for the Dallas Dragons. This is a gorgeous afternoon from baseball. We've had some games this year that, as always, have been a little questionable. We've managed to get them in, with the exception of the games that we intended to do on a Friday for West Albany, from West Albany, and when they moved them up to Thursday.
Yeah, we can't do anything about that.
Including last week's game, but... that said, it has been really a good year for getting in the games, and this afternoon is fantastic. The only thing we face today, and this is unusual, and it's something that you can't complain about now that we've been a little cold on some of the games, is that we face in Corvallis, you face out to the west, and the sun sinks, and the sun comes right through this window.
Yeah, it does. I remember on Friday when that was like a 3-hour game that we were here because, Corvallis scored so many runs that we indeed saw the sun set over there. And that's the only downfall about playing here. But it's great to have the sun out there.
Luther Ellenson continues to throw the warm-up pitches here as they just finished tailoring the field. It's unusual. The games that we've done this year, twice when we were over at Lebanon, they started a little early. They start when everything is ready. Everybody's on the field. They've had batting practice. They've had the fielding practice. If they feel everyone has had sufficient time for that, and the field is in good shape, they just start.
Yeah.
And the twice when we were in Lebanon, they started about 5 minutes early.
Yeah, and last week they did also.
Oh, is that right?
It was actually 4:24 they started.
But today it took them just a little bit longer. Field's in great condition. There's been no rain, but they just finished working on it. Just finished Luther with his warm-ups, and so we're about 8 minutes late, 8 minutes tardy in the beginning of the game today. But we're about to get it. Now the umpire calls time.
Of course, yep.
And steps behind home plate. And Corvallis in their white home uniforms with the blue numerals as Luther Ellenson stares off in the distance. Maybe staring towards the Dallas dugout, maybe just to give him a little fearsome look before somebody steps in, which will be Cade Fast, who is the shortstop, will lead off. Keaton Weaver, the first baseman, hits second. Jarrett Peterson is the DH batting third. And Scott Sheppig would be next. He is the pitcher and the cleanup hitter, and a very talented player, as we found in a broadcast we did with this team against Lebanon. Pitches hit up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. No, stopped by the second baseman. Kane Markley will throw to first, but is safe at first. A fine play by Kane Markley. Do I have that right? I do. I haven't written in the position players yet. It may take a little time between innings. But Kane Markley made a great stop behind the bag at second.
And here we go again. This is the second Dallas game we've done. And the first one at Lebanon, I remember, 7 of the first 9 swung at the first pitch and made contact.
That's right. I hadn't thought about that in that first inning. It turned out to be only about a 7-pitch inning. And there's the first pitch, and they will try to bunt. Keaton Weaver bunts foul, strike 1. Cade Fast hit it well up the middle under the glove of pitcher Luther Ellenson, but Markley made a great stop at second and a very good throw. That's a long throw as he heads towards third. On the money, but just a little late. Cade Fast leads off with a base hit. He stands at first as the left-hander Ellenson takes a look at him. He does not go, and there is the bunt hit back towards Ellenson. He will pick it up and underhand to first base for the out. At first, when that started coming back toward him, I thought maybe he might go to second, but determined just wants to get that out in the first inning, not make any mistakes.
Yeah.
And the sacrifice works. 1-3 on the putout. Runner goes to second.
The bunt was hit rather hard right back to him. I agree. I thought he was going to turn and look, but ended up just taking the sure out, which is the right play in that situation.
Big thing against a team like this is you don't want to get in a big hole. Very good pitching, very good defense, very solid all the way around. Here is a strike to Jarrett Peterson, who is the DH. As I mentioned, it is a young team. They were a young team a year ago, and several of these players are back from a team that did make it into the first round of the state playoffs, was the league winner a year ago. Strike on the outside corner.
I'm all shocked. He's taken the first two pitches here.
Yeah. 0-2 to Jarrett Peterson. Last year, Lebanon was in first place until the final week of the season, and they played a 3-game series against Dallas and lost all 3. And that dropped Lebanon to a third-place tie with West Albany, which had the tiebreaker. Swung on and missed strike 3. So Jarrett Peterson strikes out. Of course, the first strikeout for Ellenson. 2 gone, and that runner, Cade Fast, still stands on second. And a very dangerous hitter, the cleanup hitter, Scott Shepik, spells his name S-C-H-E-P-I-G-E, the pitcher today, and a good hitter. The first pitch to him will miss the outside corner. Brett Moskal, the catcher, would be next. Right-handed hitter. Looks out at Ellenson. Ellenson looks out at second, checks Cade Fast, and he throws a strike at the knees. It's nice to be back here in the Corvallis press box. Of course, we've mentioned our manner of doing games. We will only do them from parks that have press boxes, particularly in the spring. You just can't take any chances. That's West Albany, Lebanon, and Corvallis. Pitch is grounded towards the shortstop. We'll pick it up in one hop, throw to first, and inning done. Nice job by Luther Ellenson. Shortstop Nathan Reynolds, perfect throw to first, gets Scott Shepik. So Ellenson retires aside, does give up an initial base hit to Cade Fast. He will die at second. Half inning done. Dallas scoreless. Corvallis coming to bat. High school baseball today on KGAL.
Albany Grocery Outlet Bargain Market has bargain prices now on a 3-pound bag of cuties, only $2.99. Save up to $2. Hamburger Helper, only 99 cents. 3 pounds of Harris Ranch, $73.27. Ground beef chub, only $6.99. You save up to $7. Price good through the night. And 22-ounce Bubba Steak Bacon Wrapped Sirloin Fillets. In freezer, just $6.99. You save up to $3. Hurry, specials good while supplies last. Albany Grocery Outlet Bargain Market. 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Across from the Heritage Mall with bargains on the brands you trust.
Serving Albany and the Willamette Valley for 37 years. Hi, this is Dean Stavros for Stavros Auto Services. The Auto Doctors is the mechanic side of our business and will give you a written lifetime warranty on all work they perform. Jason and I are proud of Jeff, our service manager, and his trained mechanical technicians. Brakes, tune-ups, or any other maintenance your auto may need, Jeff and his team are ready to help. Stavros Auto Services. Same people, same commitment to excellence. You've got our name on it. Find us at packautobody.com.
1580 KGAL.
Oh, that sunshine. That sun is dipping a little bit, and when I lower my head here to look at the scorecard, boy, that sun is hot. I have sunscreen.
Oh, well, you might need it today.
It's I hate to use it because it's 45 sunscreen. I prefer the 35, which is my age.
Oh, yeah, I would.
The 45 makes me feel a little older.
Yeah.
But I have it in there if you feel the need, and I may feel the need here today not to get sunburned on this first beautiful baseball day for our broadcast.
I'm actually pretty good. I'm covered. I think there's a speaker right there that kind of covers the sun, so I don't have anything right now.
Maybe not, because it keeps sinking, and it sinks a little. Of course, it's When
We'll
it's
see.
sinking, that means lower, by the way.
Yeah.
It's going to be lower. It's going
We'll
to come
see.
beyond the roof here, and it's going to also move a little bit to the left. It's going to get you.
Okay. Well, right now I'm good. But if you need it, I will grab it for you.
This is also a little bit unusual. When we did Lebanon games this year, it seemed the half innings were very fast.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they were on the mound before we could come back.
Yeah, it did. We often missed a couple pitches.
And they're still throwing warm-up pitches here right now. I'm not sure exactly what the intention is.
It's just a relaxed Wednesday afternoon. That's
Maybe
all
so.
it is.
Maybe so.
I don't know.
Henry Rondeau will lead off for Corvallis here in the bottom of the first, a scoreless game. Henry Rondeau, Zach Humphreys, and Nathan Reynolds, 1, 2, 3 for Corvallis in the bottom of the first. Right-handed pitcher Scott Shepik, a good one. First pitch is swung on. Hit towards left field. That will drive the left fielder back to the wall. It's going to be over his head and up against the wall. Garrett Smith will pick it up, throw on into second, and in with a double on the first pitch of the game. Henry Rondeau can't start much better than that unless he was able to get it out over that wall. But over the head of the left fielder, Garrett Smith, to the wall. Double for Henry Rondeau. Runner at second. Nobody out for Corvallis, and Zach Humphreys, first left-handed hitter of the day, will step in.
And that ball was hit really well. Smith, the left fielder, misplayed that. He actually took a couple steps in, thought it was going to be short. Ended up going way over his head to the wall.
Zach Humphreys swings, hits the ball up the middle on the first pitch. That's going to be a base hit. It's Eric Davis giving the signal to come home, and on his way home with the first run of the game on 2 pitches. Corvallis leads at 1-0 as Henry Rondeau scores, and Zach Humphreys has a run batted in and a base hit. You mentioned that fact that when we covered Dallas against Lebanon, it was a 7-pitch first inning, as it turned out, without a run, but they swung at first pitches completely in that inning. This time, Corvallis has done it, 2 pitches and a run.
Yeah, they're taking it. He's throwing strikes, and they're taking them. First pitch to left.
And it hits Nathan Reynolds. Instead of him hitting the ball, it hits him. Runners at first and second, and Scott Shepik. A little tough start.
Well, you really couldn't have envisioned a worse start if you're Scott on the mound. A leadoff double, a hard hit single back up the middle. It drove in a run, and then you hit him. The next guy on the next pitch. So 3 pitches, 3 runners have reached here in the inning.
And that will bring up the cleanup hitter for Corvallis. His name is Tiger, Tyger Liner, the catcher, and the cleanup man for the Spartans, who looks at the first pitch, and that's low, ball 1. Scott Shepik checks for a sign from his catcher, Brett Moskal. Runners at first and second. A run home and nobody out for Corvallis, leading 1-0, and the pitch will be on the outside corner. I'm sure these are strikes, but I would say immediately today that pitch on the outside corner is going to be a strike. I'm not saying it was out of the strike zone, mind you.
Right. But it seems like the umpire is calling that today so far.
It doesn't look like you're going to squeeze them on that outside corner. Here's the pitch, swung on and fouled away. A ball and 2 strikes to Tiger, with Luther Ellenson, the pitcher, on deck. Boy, that's going to be confusing when that sound comes back. I don't know if you can hear that over the radio, but every now and then the word that comes back to haunt you.
It does.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch hit slowly towards third. The third baseman will tag third for the out, and whether it must have been fouled at home plate. Perhaps may have bounced off the foot of Tiger Liner.
That's what they're saying.
But it'll be a foul ball instead. And perhaps to the good fortune of Corvallis, as runners again lead from first and second, and another chance for an RBI, perhaps from Tiger Liner, as the count remains 1-2. Scott Shepik takes his time for a sign and will throw, and it's swung on and missed in the dirt. First base occupied, and the catcher needn't throw to first, although the ball dropped out of his glove. A strikeout, 1 down, first out. And Luther Ellenson can help his cause. Luther saw a runner reach second. The leadoff runner with a base hit, Cade Fast, sacrificed to second, but Luther got the side out. And now can give himself more than 1-run lead if he can do something here. Left-handed hitter. Scott Shepik throws, and he hits Ellenson in the foot. Yes, he did. That bounced first at home plate, but it hit him in the foot. And Luther Ellenson is hit by a pitch. He hops on down to first and runs a little bit further, trying to run that off on his, I don't know whether it's a toe or an ankle, but he runs about 10, 15 yards out into right field just to loosen up that foot.
I think it hit him right on the ankle, and I don't think it bounced either, so that was a pretty good contact there on the ankle.
So the bases are loaded with one out, and the hitter now will be the number 6 man in the lineup, Kane Markley, second baseman. Also a pitcher for Corvallis. And we saw last year his improvement over the summer. He pitched with the American Legion team. He got better and better as the summer wore on. Pitches fouled away. A second baseman.
I want to say he played first base a little bit on last Friday, too.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. But then again, everybody played everywhere, it seemed like, in that game, so who knows?
Right-handed hitter. 0-1. Bases loaded. 1-0 to pitch from Shepik. That's going to be a breaking ball for a strike. 0-2 to Kane. Justin Rouleau would be next for the Spartans. Runners lead. Scott Shepik throws, and this one is popped behind us. Should be over our booth and beyond. A nice day and a good crowd. That last Lebanon game that we did a couple of weeks ago, we were looking for people in the crowd, and I think there were more Dallas people, as it turned out, than there were Lebanon.
I think so.
But this is a nice crowd on both sides of us here. Pitch is swung out, a chopped foul off the glove of the catcher, and the count remains 0-2 to Kane Markley. Doubled by Henry Rondeau, first pitch of the game. Second pitch of the game, base hit by Zach Humphreys, gives Corvallis a 1-0 lead. Nathan Reynolds hit by a pitch. Tiger Liner strikes out. Luther Ellenson hit by a pitch. 1-0. Corvallis, bases loaded, 1 out. And an 0-2 pitch to Kane is swung on and fouled back.
Good battle here by Kane. Fell into an 0-2 hole and is fouled off 2 or 3 pitches in a row to stay alive.
A little breezy here today. Frequently when the sun goes down here in Corvallis, the wind really picks up. Same thing over Memorial Stadium. Often it's blowing out. Here often it's blowing in. Pitch is popped foul behind us. Once again, the key to these games, if you come to these games, the key is to know where to park.
Yes.
You got to figure out. You don't want to really be down that left field line. And I don't know, a lot of those people that are out there may not be here for the game. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think there's also a track meet going on over there.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
They make the mistake of parking there. It's a line drive area.
Well, you know, Ray, it'll take just once and you'll learn not to park there anymore, huh?
I believe that I'm parked safely far enough behind us. The 0-2 pitch is low. Good block by the catcher, Brett Moskell. Defensively, Keaton Weaver is the Dallas first baseman. Josh Kibbe at second. Cade Fast is the shortstop. Tyler Totten at third. Outfield left to right, Garrett Smith, Tyler Dankenberg, Tyler Sommerfeld, and Scott Shepik throws in the dirt again. So Kane Markley, after fouling off several pitches, has worked his way to a 2-2 count. Any way he could get aboard here should score a run. I like it when that's repeated. It makes me feel like it was an important sentence.
That's right.
Swung on and missed strike 3. A high fastball gets Kane Markley. Second strikeout for Scott Shepik. And now we'll see whether Corvallis gets a good jump here in the first inning or whether Scott Shepik escapes a very shaky inning. And it's on the shoulders of Justin Rouleau, the 7th batter for the Spartans here in the first inning. Third baseman, right-handed hitter. As Shepik gets that high kick, and he throws a strike, 0-1. How many pitches to Kane? I know you often keep count of that.
Let me see. I don't. Let me see. It was at least 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. It was 8 or 9 pitches to Kane.
Yeah, that can always help later in the ball game.
Oh, yeah.
Pitch is low.
His pitch count is already up to 20. So, half his pitches were in that at bat.
They have a bullpen. I mean, they have the strength no matter what you ask them to do. Offensively, defensively, and starting pitching, relief pitching. They really are a solid team. As I said, ranked number 2 in the state. 1-1 is on that outside corner, strike 2. Can't see from here that outside corner, but you wait just a second to see whether that's too far outside or on the corner. Both pitchers have been hitting the corner so far. 1-2, bases loaded. 1-2 pitch. Comes with a fastball, and that one misses.
That one looked pretty good. Pretty close.
Yeah, a little concerned whether that one looked like it was in the strike zone low enough, whether that one found the corner, but apparently not.
It was too close to take almost.
2-2 pitch. Swung on and hit towards right field. Coming on, and making the catch will be the right fielder, Tyler Sommerfeld. Hard to follow that ball in the sunshine to see exactly where it is, but you could see Sommerfeld take his time at the end. You knew he had a beat on it. He puts it away for the final out. So Corvallis has a chance to get a very good jump in this ball game. They do get the first run of the game. They have a run, a couple of hits, but they leave the bases loaded after 1-0 Corvallis on KGAL.
If your washer, dryer, stove, or fridge are stone cold dead, then who are you going to call? Like New Appliance at 541-259 at 1131, of course. You see, Like New Appliance is the Mid-Valley's premier recycler, creating like new appliances from your abandoned, lifeless metal rejects. Do your recycling part. Ask for a free discarded appliance pickup today by calling 259 at 1131. That's 541-259 at 1131 for Like New Appliance.
When it comes to the most experience, best warranty, best fuel economy, and best service, Mark Thomas Motors is the best. The last standing, locally fourth-generation family-owned new car dealer in Albany, with 3 locations featuring GMC Buick, Chrysler Dodge Jeep, and Hyundai's North American Car of the Year, Elantra, and a new Veloster and Sonata. Support your community by buying your new or certified pre-owned car or truck now at Mark Thomas Motors, Sandy M Highway in Albany. Shop online at markthomasmotors.com.
Mark Thomas Motors, pay more. 1580 KGAL.
Top of the second inning, Corvallis leaves the bases loaded in the bottom of the first. They got a run, but they did it on the first 2 pitches of the inning. A double by Henry Rondo, accent first syllable. And a base hit by Zach Humphreys drove in the first run. There was 1-0 on 2 pitches. A couple of batters were hit. That was Nathan Reynolds and also Luther Ellenson hit by a pitch. It left the bases loaded, but Corvallis does get the 1 run. But we'll see whether they pay for the fact that they didn't get a bigger inning.
Yeah, it seems like hopefully later in the ball game, that pitch is outside. Later in the ball game, you hope they don't wonder what could have been in that first inning. Like you said, leaving them loaded, and it looks like they had Shepage on the ropes.
Outside, Garrett Smith, the leadoff hitter, the left fielder. Pitch is swung on and missed. One of the key things, and this is a note to the youngsters in the audience, who always like to pass on the little broadcast tips, is when you do a game like this in an open press box, the pitch is, that one did not catch the corner. You can see that from here, ball 2. It's an open and a long press box, a number of people up here. You always want to find out, there are a number of people here who are parents, strike called, of the players. Mm-hmm. So you want to find out before the game who they are, so that you, if somebody makes an error, you don't say, what a stupid play that was. Pitch is low. And we have a full count to the leadoff hitter here in the top of the second, Garrett Smith. You want to be very careful about that.
Yes.
You also want to find anything you can praise about that particular youngster. And there's someone down there who is working the scoreboard. We've got to find out. Swung on and missed, strike 3, the second strikeout of the ball game for Luther Ellenson. 1 gone. A good strikeout for Luther rather than putting Garrett Smith on to lead off the inning. 1 out, nobody on, and Tyler Sommerfeld. May I ask, ma'am, may I ask your name? Jack Humphreys. Jennifer Humphreys. Maybe Jackie. Jen Humphreys. So, Zach Humphreys. Sure. That's what we wanted to know. Tyler Sommerfeld will swing and foul this pitch away at strike 2.
Actually, this is Garrett Smith up here.
Oh, Garrett Smith?
Yeah.
Why did I have Sommerfeld?
It looks like you didn't put something in right there. I don't know.
Oh, Scott Shepard made the last out.
Yeah, he made the last out.
Okay, so it's Brett Moskell.
Not too bad, just 1
who
off.
grounded out, and Garrett Smith is the hitter. Garrett Smith will take outside, and the count is even to Garrett Smith. He is the left fielder. Moskell, the catcher, led off. And Tyler Sommerfeld, the right fielder, would be next. Pitch is swung on and missed, strike 3. So Garrett Smith is gone.
Second strikeout of the inning, third of the day for Luther.
That's not right. I see what I did. I put The last out of the last inning in the wrong place. Second back-to-back strikeouts here. Moskal strikes out, Garrett Smith strikes out, and here's Tyler Sommerfeld, the right fielder. Pitches a strike call to Tyler, the number 7 hitter for Dallas. It is Jennifer Humphreys who is keeping the scoreboard today. Fouled away. Always want to know that, so that's Zach Humphreys.
Yes.
The left fielder.
Yes.
Speak kindly. Tyler Sommerfeld, 0-2. Can Luther Ellenson, who has struck out 3 in the ball game, first 2 hitters here in the second inning, can he strike out the side? He's had a good active fastball.
Yeah, he's pumping strikes.
Throws, misses that outside corner, and was wide on that pitch. Ball and 2 strikes. Josh Kibbe, the second baseman, would be next. 1-2. Chops at a low pitch, was probably ball 2, but will foul it away. And the count will remain 1-2. Dallas in their orange shirts, the gray trousers, black numerals, because they use the Beaver colors. Pitch, strike 3 called.
Frozen.
Good fastball. Tyler Sommerfeld strikes out, and Luther Ellenson looks extremely sharp through 2 innings. 4 strikeouts in the game, strikes out the side. Moskal, Smith, and Sommerfeld strikeout victims in the second. 3 up, 3 down. An inning and a half done this afternoon. 1-0 Corvallis. It's the Spartans and the Dragons today on KGAL.
Albany Burgerville is celebrating over 50 years of serving customers fresh, great-tasting food with a mission to serve with love. Now featuring the Ham Havarti Sandwich, all-natural Diamond Ranch ham layered with melted Havarti cheese, fresh slice of tomato on a toasted hoagie roll, complemented with a seasoned tradition chocolate hazelnut milkshake. Pick up an Albany Burgerville rewards card now. Cash for every dollar spent. Albany Burgerville is celebrating over 50 years of serving customers fresh, great-tasting food with a mission to serve with love. Albany Burgerville, fresh, local, sustainable.
The mission of this quality Mid-Valley builder is treat every job like it's our only job, no matter how big or small. And we don't stop until our customer is 100% satisfied 100% of the time. Now Builders has stuck to this business plan since their beginning in 1992. They welcome commercial and residential jobs, big or small, it doesn't matter at Now Builders. See their list of referrals online at nowbuilders.com or call 541-926-2858.
Locally owned and operated, this is the very independent News Talk 1580 KGAL, Lebanon, Albany, Corvallis.
Bottom of the second inning, Corvallis will try to add to a 1-0 advantage here over Dallas as the left-hander leads off, hits a one-hopper to the shortstop, Cade Fast, who will throw out Derek Porter, the DH. On one pitch, he is gone. In the first inning, Henry Rondeau swung at the first pitch, doubled. Zach Humphreys swung at the first pitch, single, drove in a run. That's why it's 1-0. Derek Porter tries the same thing to start the second, but bounces to the shortstop, Cade Fast, 1 out.
Well, it worked for him in the first inning. So far, it hasn't in the second.
Kyle Storm will take a strike. The right fielder, number 9 hitter, back to the top of the order, and Henry Rondeau. On that outside corner. The pitches on the outside corner that are low, more towards the knees, are easier to call. That one that was in the last inning was a little high. It's tougher to tell whether it hits that outside corner. Pitches outside. And most of these pitches on that outside corner have also been low right at the knees. Good pitches. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Shepich throws it, swung on a miss, but gets away from the catcher. It's going to roll to the backstop on the third base side, and going down to first base will be Kyle Storm. Have to score to pass ball. And Kyle Storm will be on first. With 1 out. Here's Henry Rondeau. He doubled in the first inning, doubled to left, hit it over the head of the left fielder, Garrett Smith. Henry, right-handed hitter. Let's see what Corvallis does with 1 out. Not likely they would sacrifice. There goes Storm on the first pitch. Pitches outside. Throw down a second. Is going to be off the mark, and Kyle Storm is a stolen base. Good jump. Even with the throw really on the mark, and it was not. It was well wide, shortstop side of second. I think Storm would have stolen that base.
Yeah, I think he would have had it easily, either way.
Henry, who scored a run in the first, has a chance for a run batted in here in the second, with his team leading 1-0. Kyle Storm leads from second. Shepard looks back there and throws, swung on and missed.
I'm a senior.
Zach Humphreys would be next. Quiet afternoon, although when you look at that flag, it really is, it's brisk. You can't feel it here, although that wind is blowing. The pitch is swung on, grounded towards the second baseman. Will field it cleanly, bobbles it now for a moment, picks it up and throws to first, and does get Henry Rondeau. Josh Kibbe picked it up, and as he went to make the throw, he initially bobbled it, but throws to first for the out. Henry Rondeau is gone, 4-3, and on the putout, the right side of the infield, Kyle Storm will move to third, but now with 2 outs. Zach Humphreys has the RBI so far in the game with a single to drive home Henry in the first inning. Can make it 2-0 if he can find a base hit here. The first pitch to him is swung on and grounded towards the second baseman. Kibbe will pick this one up cleanly, throws to first, and he is out at first on a surprisingly... No,
he's safe.
He is safe. I thought the umpire, as I looked at the umpire, it looked like he pulled his hand back. It was the end of the call, but it didn't look to me like a safe call, but he is safe at first and the run scores. I was going to say that play was very close.
Well, the second baseman, Kibbe, double clutched. He faked a throw and then ended up deciding he needed to throw it, and it was too late. Base hit.
Have they put a hit up? It will be scored an error.
Okay,
the pitch is swung on.
That's what I would think.
And a base hit into center field for Nathan Reynolds, and the inning will continue. So Zach Humphreys reaches on an error by the second baseman, E4. But it allows Kyle Storm to score 2-0 Corvallis. They'll take him any way they can get him.
Mm-hmm.
And Nathan Reynolds with a clear base hit up the middle. Runners at first and second for Tiger Liner, the catcher who struck out his first time up. And he takes way outside ball 1. Again, with runners at first and second, which was the case when he came up in the first inning and struck out. Again, an RBI opportunity for their cleanup hitter, Tiger Liner. Runners will lead from first and second as Scott throws, and it's fouled away. Another tip for the youngsters in the audience, always bring extra clothing for whatever the condition might be. And I should have brought a short sleeve shirt. I knew it today, but I thought, no, I haven't been out in the sun enough.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the sun's going to be here, but wow.
You look like you're roasting over there, Ray.
Whoa. That sun is bearing down.
You got the long sleeves on, you got the jeans on, you're just all covered right now.
1-1, the pitch is in the dirt, the throw down to third, and did they get him at third? And they did.
Yep.
The pitch was outside, and at second base, Zach Humphreys did not leave immediately, but thought maybe because that ball was to the first base side, but it was picked up by Brett Moskal on one hop. He didn't bobble the ball, threw down to third for the putout. They get Humphreys out at third, and the inning is over on the putout. 2-5 on the final out of the inning if you're scoring at home. If you are, no runs for Corvallis in the bottom of the second. They do get one run for them in the bottom of the second. They get one hit. They leave a runner. We finished 2. Corvallis up by 2. 2-0 Spartans. Spartans and Dragons today on KGAL.
Eye-popping graphics on premium fabrics. That's what you'll wear from Northwest Apparel and Graphics. Businesses like Albany's Furniture and Beds, Buckmaster Plumbing, and Rhodes Warden have trusted Northwest Apparel and Graphics for their new appearance. Now you can too, and for a lot less than you'd expect. From vinyl signs and proverbs to screen printing and custom embroidery, Northwest Apparel and Graphics can do it all. No minimum orders for home or business. Look for their new showroom just south of the Kuhn Theater on South Main Street. Northwest Apparel and Graphics.
Wilson Motors in Corvallis is showcasing the arrival of the new 2014 Jeep Grand Cherokee, the 2014 Jeep Patriot, and the 2013 Motor Trend Truck of the Year, the Ram 1500. Wilson Motors is where you'll find this area's best selection, best prices, and happy customers. Come see the notable difference during the showcase event going on now at Wilson Motors. Make your best deal today at Wilson Motors Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, 5th and Buchanan in Corvallis, and online at saveatwilson.com.
1580 KGAL.
Welcome back here to Corvallis today, where the Spartans have a 2-0 lead. A key game for them. They lost yesterday to the first-place team, Dallas. That was a game for first place. Corvallis entered the day 1 game back, so they're now 2 back after losing 7-4. They must win the next 2 games to get into a tie with Dallas. Ball 1 to the leadoff hitter, Josh Kibbe here, top of the 3rd. But it would do more than that, because should the 2 teams then be even at the end of the season, tied, Corvallis would have the tiebreaker. Pitch is swung on and hit into left field. That's going to be a base hit. Base hit for Josh Kibbe to lead off. Second hit of the game, Cade Fast led off with a base hit in the first inning. I find it difficult to see off the bat. We are looking through the window, and there is the post in between. When that ball is hit, it's hard to tell immediately whether that's going to be on the ground, whether it's in the air. And there is some delay to the call because you have to watch the fielders and see where that ball goes to find the ball, rather than follow the flight of the ball. Basically, you follow the flight of the fielders.
And that one was hit pretty fast, too, so you had that initial reaction. It was too quick.
Shows bunt and bunts it back towards the pitcher, Ellenson. A good bunt. Ellenson will pick it up, go to first, and for the out. Does get the out, and Tyler Taunton sacrifices successfully. 1-3 on the putout, and just as in the first inning, a base hit to the leadoff hitter, a sacrifice, puts a runner at second, 1 out. But in that first, Luther Ellenson was able to get a strikeout, a ground out to short to end the inning. Let's see what happens here. Runner at second, 1 out. Top of the order, Cade Fast. He singled his first time up. That went too far outside. Ball 1.
Well, that's not a bad idea. If you're Dallas, you get the leadoff man on, and then you have your 9-hole hitting player up there to bunt, and then you turn the lineup over. Cade Fast, who already has a single in the game, see if he can drive in a run for you.
Tyler Totten was a young man who sacrificed. Pitch is maybe high or outside, but it's ball 2. 2-0 with Keaton Weaver, the first baseman, on deck. Right-handed hitter for Cade. Shortstop for Dallas. Ellenson, left-hander, looks to second and throws foul back. 2-1. Can you see from, you're sitting to my right, so you have a better view over there. You see that track meet over?
Yeah.
Over on they use the football field there, in the track, of course.
I see some orange, so maybe Dallas is over there as well.
2-1 is ball 3. Beautiful football field. It's always fun to come over here for football. But now Lebanon has matched them with that artificial turf.
Yes, they have.
You can see the numbers clearly. We always said that about Corvallis when we came here. And now we have the same thing at home with our Lebanon games. With that magnificent football stadium in Lebanon. Foul back, full count. So in a season where we get Corvallis over here, we get the benefit of a field where you can see the numbers. It's not going to be torn up. Then we've got at least 4 or 5 home games.
And that'll be next year. Lebanon will play Corvallis here.
Is that right?
Yeah, because we played them at home this year.
Full count pitch, 3-2 is swung on and hit foul outside of third.
So that means half the games you will be able to read clearly the numbers and where the ball is and everything.
Because we get some fields where it's even tough to tell whether... The only thing you can do is determine where midfield is, and then try to count back or up, depending on which way you're going, as to what the yard lines might be. But those artificial turfs, well, not the natural football field, are much better for announcing purposes. The pitch is inside, ball 4. So Cade Fast will draw a walk. He is aboard for the second time today. Singled his first time up, but this one puts runners at first and second with 1 out.
First baseman, Keaton Weaver.
First walk given up by Luther Ellenson. And Keaton Weaver, who successfully sacrificed in the first inning, will step up. Runners at first and second with one out. Corvallis trying to hang on to a 2-0 lead here in the top of the third. The first pitch is high, ball one. And I would say this, that he has been a little more around the home plate. Up high, down low, outside. Not the control of the first two innings.
Which is kind of surprising because he sailed through those first two innings, really.
1-0 is swung on and missed. Some good heat.
Had 4 strikeouts through the first 2 innings.
Struck out the side in the second.
Yeah.
A 1-1 count here to Keaton Weaver, right-handed hitter. Runners lead at first and second. Ellenson looks for the sign from his catcher, Tiger Liner. And the left-hander will throw, and it's fouled away. Ahead in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. The infield for Corvallis at first base is Dylan Miller. We haven't mentioned his name. He is not hitting today, but he is the first baseman. Kane Markley at second. Nathan Reynolds at short. Justin Rondo is the third baseman. Or Justin Rouleau. Pitch is swung on and a pop-up towards right field. That may be trouble, and it is going to bounce in for a base hit. And the bases will be loaded. A Texas League single by Keaton Weaver. And again, it's one of those things where you watch the outfielder, no way of telling immediately. It didn't seem that well hit, but watching the right fielder, who is a Kyle Storm, come in, you could see he was not going to reach it, but the runner had to hold up momentarily from second. But the bases are now loaded on a base hit by Keaton Weaver.
And Peterson, Jared Peterson, the third hole hitting DH. Normally 3-hole is a good hitter. This is a world of trouble, potentially.
1 out, bases loaded. A 2-0 lead for Corvallis, but in trouble here. It certainly is now. Line drive, but into the glove of the center fielder, Henry Rondo. Here comes the throw, and the runner will not move. Henry, a good strong throw, plus that was aided by the fact that that was a shot that was in his glove quickly. So he was able to get a good start coming in before the ball, which aided him in that throw to second as he was running a few steps toward the infield. A strong throw holds the runners on a line drive. That's the irony of baseball. The base hit by Keaton Weaver. Pitch is swung on and a pop-up that will be out of play. Yes, beyond the first base dugout. Keaton Weaver gets a base hit on an excuse me swing. And then Jared Peterson hits the baseball snot out of the ball and is out.
It's unfair sometimes, Ray. It's just unfair.
That's life.
Well, it is.
That's why you got to love baseball.
It is. That's true.
Or be depressed by it sometimes.
Yep. Or, both in the same game. That's very possible, too.
This is their cleanup hitter, dangerous man, Scott Shepage, who swings and he fouls this one away. Quickly ahead, 0-2. With a runner at second in the first inning, Luther Ellenson was able to get Scott on a ground out to short to end the inning. But this time there is more at stake. Bases loaded. Still has a 2-0 lead. 2 outs. Who wins this battle? 0-2. Shepage, right-handed hitter. Looks, swings, and misses. Strike 3. Great job of pitching by Luther Ellenson with the bases loaded. He gave up a shot to Jared Peterson, but fortunately it was right into the glove of center fielder Henry Rondo for the out. Runners did not move, and then he strikes out Scott Shepage to retire the side. Nothing doing. No runs, couple of hits, bases left loaded. 2.5 innings done. Corvallis hangs on to that lead. 2-0 Corvallis on 1580 KGAL.
Figaro's Pizza in Albany is celebrating spring with a large Mexican Fiesta Supreme. Now just $14.99, $15.99 baked. Smothered with beef, olives, onions, taco chips, and diced tomatoes. Laid over their picante bean sauce. Served with sour cream and jalapenos on the side. The Mexican Fiesta Supreme on sale now at the Albany Figaro's in front of Fred Meyer. Call 541-924-9303.
H&R Block tax professionals are ready to take another look at your TurboTax return to see what you may have missed. Let us tell you for free if you left any money on the table. Start by visiting hrblock.com/anotherlook or call 1-800-HR-BLOCK to make an appointment. Fees apply for amended returns. Only some software users make errors, and not every error results in a larger refund at participating locations.
Hi, this is Joyce at your local H&R Block office in Albany, Corvallis, and Lebanon. We live and breathe taxes. Let us find you every deduction and credit you deserve.
1580 KGAL.
Bottom of the third inning. You can breathe again. Looked rather dire for Corvallis. Bases loaded, one out. Luther Ellenson, a terrific job to get that side retired. And a good job by Henry Rondo. They certainly respected his arm out there in center field on that line drive that they did not try to send the runner. He got it in quickly.
Well, the thing, that really also aided Corvallis is that, like you said, it was hit so hard to him, and he barely had to move. And he's got a good arm out there, so they didn't want to test it. You don't want to make the last out at home.
Here's Tiger Liner to lead off as he was at bat in the last inning when Zach Humphreys was thrown out at third. A pitch that was wide of home plate. He was on second, maybe got a little late start, but thought that maybe that ball might elude the catcher, Brett Moskell. It did not. It was thrown out. Tiger Liner steps in as the leadoff hitter. Bottom of the third, strike two, swung on and missed. And he struck out in the first inning with runners at first and second in the first. A run in the first, run in the second. Corvallis 2-0. Trying to move back within a game of first place behind the league-leading Dallas. Dallas with one loss on the year. The pitch is swung on and popped up. High pop. The center fielder will call for this one. Tyler Dankenbring will put it away. One gone. Dallas last year in winning the league was 17-4 in the conference in a year in which you played 21 games because Woodburn was still in the league. They finished last with a record of 0-21.
Wow.
And most games very one-sided. Swung on and missed on a low pitch by Luther Ellenson. And of a golf uppercut swing, strike one. Woodburn is now an independent team. They are no longer in the league, so they're just 7 teams. 6 teams in opposition, 18 games comprise a season. Pitches hit the left field in the air, and this time the left fielder, Garrett Smith, will call for it and put it away. And quickly, 2 gone in the bottom of the third. But Woodburn will play each of the teams in the league. Now, when the teams play Woodburn, they play just one game. They might schedule someone else if they can, but that's rather tough because everybody is in their league right now anyway. And frequently they will play just one game in the week. Pitches, misses, ball one to Kane Markley, who struck out his first time up. But Woodburn has not beaten anyone in the league yet.
I thought they beat South Albany last week.
Oh, did they?
I thought they did.
I didn't see that.
Oh, that's true. You weren't.
Is that strike called, strike two?
Did they?
Did they beat South?
I will check it in between innings, but I'm pretty sure they did. Because South, I think South only has one win on the year.
I know, and South is ranked, pitch misses, is ranked last in the OSAA rankings. So that would make sense that Woodburn beat them. But they play just one game against each of the teams in the league. This week it's Lebanon playing their one game against Woodburn. A 2-1 pitch. Misses. Ball 3. Spartans trying to get a runner here with 2 outs. Nobody on in the bottom of the third. Shepage throws 3-1, and it's called a strike. Kane Markley was on his way to first. Looked maybe inside, but apparently catches enough of the plate for a strike. 3-2. Justin Rouleau, third baseman, would be next. Scott Shepage, the right-hander, will throw a 3-2 pitch, and that's, oh my, on the outside corner. That one, even the one inside maybe looked a little high. It's hard to tell, but that one, we said it's tough to see those outside pitches, but that looked farther outside than most of the outside pitches. Kane was on his way to first, and he is called out on strikes. Nothing doing. In the third inning, first 1-2-3 inning for Scott Shepage of Dallas. Nothing doing for Dallas. So we have finished, or for Corvallis, we have finished 3. Corvallis 2, Dallas nothing. Baseball will continue this afternoon at 1580 KGAL.
Farming is fun, especially when you have a tractor like the all-new Kubota Grand L40 from Lynn Benton Tractor. Choose from 8 new models, all with Kubota's powerful, fuel-efficient diesel engines and a choice of 3 productive transmissions, including the all-new innovative HST Plus. See how the Grand L40 can improve your acreage. Check one out at Lynn Benton Tractor's new location on McLean Street in Silverton, and as always along Highway 99E Tangent. Lynn Benton Tractor.
The really big spring event is happening now at Power Honda in Albany. Check out the all-new 2013 Accord and find out why it is the winner of the USA Today Motor Week Midsize Sedan Shootout. During this month of April, you can take advantage of 1.9% financing for 60 months on the all-new Accord.
Financing subject to approved credit.
Visit Power Honda online at mypowerhonda.com or stop by Power Honda in Albany today, just east of I-5 on Santiam Highway, your Honda Superstore.
Financing subject to approved credit.
1580 KGAL.
Well, here's the baseball deal this afternoon. We're in the top of the 4th inning. I'm Radio Ray. That's Scott Landgren. And as I said, well, let's see what happens here. The first pitch of the inning, a little faster turnover this time between innings as Brett Moscow leads off and takes ball 1. I said Woodburn is independent this year, plays only 1 game against each team. That's not right. Pitches outside.
Well, they have been playing only 1 against each team.
Well, that's true. And that they'd lost to everyone. That's not right, because they played twice against South. And Eric Daisy will come out as the first 2 pitches of the inning missed for Luther, who was in trouble in the last inning. Did not have the control, as we pointed out, was really all over the plate. Walked the first batter of the ball game for him, loaded the bases, but got out of trouble with the bases loaded and nobody out. Fortunate on 1 because it was a hard line drive by Jarrett Peterson, a little bit left, a little bit right, and it might have been 3 runs home for Dallas. With 2 pitches off the strike zone here to start the 4th inning, Eric Daisy comes out and talks with his infield, in particular to pitcher Luther Ellenson. But it turns out that South played them twice, not once, and that South did beat Woodburn. Of course.
They did. Woodburn is actually 3-13 on the year, so they're getting a couple wins, playing an independent schedule. Seems like they are scoring some more runs and not giving as many up as they have in the past.
The key thing is that the league season is now down to 18 rather than 21 games. And last year, Dallas finished at 17-4. Pitch misses. And this season, there is at 9-1. Yes, 9-1. Corvallis and Crescent Valley at 7-3. Crescent Valley beat South 8-2 yesterday. Pitches a strike. 3-1. And Crescent Valley likely to beat South again today.
Yeah.
So Corvallis wants to have a chance to perhaps tie Dallas on Friday for first place. There's ball 4. But also they need to win just to maintain second place, because Crescent Valley most likely will be 8-3 at the end of the day.
And it's going to be an interesting finish between these 3 teams.
Don't know. Not sure who was introduced.
We got the crowd mic up, though. That's good.
Someone was introduced. Garrett Smith is the left fielder. Runner will lead.
He got it.
To first, and he is out at first base. He was leaning the wrong way when that throw came, but it was a close throw. And you wonder in cases like that, since the crowd is already saying, yes, he's out, and everybody up here in the press box is up, whether that assists in the call. It was close.
It was.
But he was leaning the wrong way when the throw came to first. You knew that there was a good shot he would be out, and he is called out.
Sure is.
So Moskal, after drawing the walk, second walk given up in the ball game for Luther Ellenson, is picked off. 1 out, and Garrett Smith, with a 1-0 count, will foul this one away. And it's over the dugout. That first base dugout is the Corvallis dugout. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, and that's the key. Twice in the ball game, the leadoff runner has reached base to lead off the inning. That was in the first and the third, and both times that runner was sacrificed to second. 1-1 on the corner. There is that favorite corner today, strike 2. Tyler Sommerfeld, the right fielder, is next. 2-0 Corvallis, top of the 4th. Pitch. Well, I guess wasn't as close. Nobody else groaned.
No, they didn't.
Where are you on that one? That looked like that was on the corner. It looked like it was at the knees from here, but nobody else seemed surprised. 2-2 pitch way outside. No question, ball 3. I thought that was going to be strike 3, but anybody, particularly down in the field on either side, nobody complained.
Yeah.
3-2. High ball 4, off speed, maybe a breaking ball. Second walk in a row given up, but he was able, of course, to pick off Brett Moskal. But you worry about Luther now because the control is failing. Here's Tyler Sommerfeld. He struck out the first time up, one of 5 strikeouts in the game, including striking out the side in the second. Runner leads. Would he go? Does not. Pitches high and outside. Throw down to first by Tiger Liner, and the runner is back. Garrett Smith. Corvallis has a stolen base on the day. It's Kyle Storm able to steal second. Keep an eye on Garrett Smith. Gets his lead. The left-hander, so he doesn't get a big lead. Throw to first to keep him honest. Tyler Sommerfeld wears number 12 with the white helmet they wear. The sun shining off those helmets today. That ought to be hot. Pitch. Hit in the air. Center. Henry Rondo will grab it for the... I'd have to move too far to his left for that one. So 2 outs, and Josh Kebby, he led off the third inning. He was the one who led off third with a base for sacrifice. Second, eventually got third. Bases were loaded with 1 out when Luther got that jam. Josh Kibbe, left-handed hitter. Very warm afternoon. They said 75 maybe today. You wonder, pitch,
wow,
no, throw to first. Certainly in the sun.
I say I'll ask you because you're in the sun right now.
Yeah, and definitely exceeds 75 in the sun.
Yeah.
I've got to get out that sunscreen. It'll be a little red by the end of this game if I don't. Swung on and missed. A strike. Left-handed pitcher, both starters today. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Luther is the lone left-hander. Oh, you just got the...
yeah.
The sunscreen.
There you go.
Shepard is a right-handed pitcher. 0-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 2.
I found it in the bag.
Good spot for a 6th strikeout if he can do it here. Runner at first. 2-0 Corvallis, top of the 4th, and about the time of the game in which we remind you these high school games are 7 innings. 0-2. Smith leads at first. Again, a short lead with that left-hander on the mound, and this one will miss low. Ball 1. This is an SPF, which that stands for spoof. Spoof. 45. Huh. For anyone over age 45.
Was that it?
1 ball, 2 strikes. There goes the runner on the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Inning done. 6 strikeouts in the ball game for Luther. A perfect spot for that as Garrett Smith was on his way to second. Nothing doing for Dallas in the top of the 4th. 1 runner left. We have finished 3.5. Still 2-0. Corvallis with the lead today. High school baseball continues at 1580 KGAL.
Time to get growing. An Economy Supply Building Center can help. Get the nutrients your soil needs with EarthGrow Steer Manure Blend. Each cubic foot bag is now $1.39, and it's an Economy Supply special buy. Have moss? Then now's the time for Scott Super Turf Builder with Moss Control. You'll save $4 on each bag that covers 5,000 square feet. It is time to get growing, and you'll find all the great Scott's products to help you at Economy Supply Building Center, where Highway 34 becomes Tangent Street, Lebanon.
You will always get your money's worth, and the food is fresh, original, and tasty at Ixtapa Family Mexican Restaurant in Lebanon. Open areas or cozy booths, you'll find Ixtapa's service superb and menu variety most excellent. Visit them for lunch or dinner where the parking is convenient and the atmosphere is sweet. Are you part of an office group? Groups of 10 to 25 are always invited, and $3 drink specials are always offered. Enjoy Ixtapa Family Mexican Restaurant today at 25 North Main in Lebanon.
1580 KGAL.
Bottom of the 4th inning. If you're a Corvallis fan, let's see if we can get a little Spartan believer thing going here in the bottom of the 4th. Spartans lead 2-0. Be awfully tough to shut down Dallas. And Luther Ellenson, although he's kept that shutout a little shaky the last 2 innings, first pitch will bounce at home plate to Justin Rouleau. Flew out to right field his first time up. A 1-0 count to start the bottom of the 4th inning. Runs in the first and the second for Corvallis with that 2-0 lead. 1-0 pitch will miss, ball 2. Justin Rouleau, Derek Porter, Kyle Storm, 7, 8, 9 in the order for Corvallis here in the 4th. Justin is the third baseman for the Spartans. Inside, ball 3. Home plate umpire, it should be noted, in short sleeves today. Good choice for him.
Mm-hmm.
And didn't use the sunscreen between innings. Remind me.
I'll get that for you.
Pitch is low, ball 4 on 4 pitches. So Scott Shepich starts out shakily here in the top of the 4th, puts a runner aboard. And that is the first walk. No, yes, it is. First walk that he's given up on the day.
Yeah. It's had pretty good command so far. Corvallis has been getting on. They have 3 hits. No walks, though, until that one right there.
Derek Porter, left-handed hitter, is the DH, and he looks like a DH, very solidly built. He looks like a young man that you would want to swing.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be bunting here. Could be wrong, but
it's still, he's number 8 in the order.
Yeah.
Runner leads at first. That's Justin. He dives back in. Corvallis does have a stolen base on the day with Kyle Storm, but that was with 1 out when he stole. So there certainly was not going to be a sacrifice there. The only way to get to second there was to steal. Not the case here. Runner first, nobody out, and throw to first, and he's back.
Maybe trying to see if they do indeed have a bunt on.
Thomas
Dover Spike is running.
Pitch is swung on and hit towards right field, chasing it, and it will drop in for a base hit as the right fielder Tyler Sommerfeld. And reading that ball very well was Justin Rouleau, who got the jump, and he saw that it was going to drop, and he kept moving. He'll get to second.
Apparently it's Dover Spike.
Thomas Dover Spike. I didn't see anybody come in and run.
I didn't either.
But Thomas Dover Spike is the young man at second. He is running for Justin Rouleau. So anywhere where I said Justin on first or second, go back and change the broadcast to Thomas Dover Spike. Stands at second. Base hit for Porter, so he obviously was not sacrificing.
Yeah.
You got to be broadcasting for a while to be able to tell that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We actually have another pinch runner out there at first. That's number 9, Dylan Miller, who's actually playing first base tonight.
Wow. So Dover Spike at second, Miller at first. And Eric Daisy at home plate, well, just short of home plate, as the umpire will come over and note the changes in the runners.
But I agree, that was dynamite broadcast. I don't know what the word I'm looking for. Brilliance, I guess.
Analysis.
Analysis. You knew he was not going to bunt.
No, I keep leaning back here trying to get the shade from the speaker.
That's what I have right now.
I don't want to be fried by the end of the day, but I'll tell you, that sun is bearing down here. A reminder of what it's like. We do have the window open, by the way.
Yeah.
But it's one window at a time, and then the window to the left is a big one that is closed, is not open. But here on where we keep the broadcast side to the far right of the booth, one window is always closed. You can open the other, though. So there, if the breeze would blow in, but it seems to be variable, maybe more blowing out here.
Yeah, it kind of looks like it is blowing. When it is blowing, it's blowing out. So that won't help us much.
No, unless we can move the booth in between innings. So Eric Daisy describes his base runners, which would be Thomas Dover Spike at second, and Dylan Miller at first, with nobody out for Kyle Storm, the right fielder. He actually struck out his first time up, but was able to reach first on a pass ball. And eventually would score in that inning.
I would think a bunt is in order here, though.
One would think so.
We'll see.
Runners get the lead. There he shows bunt. He pulls back and it hits him in the head, hits him in the helmet. And he will sit at home plate for a moment. I think he's going to be all right, but he took that one on the helmet. He is able to sit there for a moment, but they will take a look at him anytime there is any kind of a blow to the head. But I would think he will be all right. Whether he will remain in the game may remain, whether he shows any signs of pain. And he will stand, and I believe that, yeah, well, they'll point to first. No, he is coming off. I thought probably they would take him off, and they will. As he is hit by a pitch, the ball struck him on the helmet, and he reached up towards the front of the helmet. He was leaning to his left. It was hard to tell where the ball struck, but his hand reached up straight over the top of his face, so it must have struck him right in the front top of the helmet.
Yeah. So Bradley Crampton is at first now, running for him.
So nobody who reached base is running at the moment.
And I have to think he will probably remain in the game. Somebody will come into the game for Kyle.
I would think so. They just will not take any chances, even if he says, I'm fine, with a blow to the helmet. Kyle Storm is the right fielder. We'll have to keep an eye on who goes out to right field here for the top of the fifth. We're in the bottom of the fourth. Corvallis with the bases loaded. A walk to Justin Rouleau to lead off the inning. A single by Derek Porter, dropped in right field. Kyle Storm hit by a pitch. Bases are loaded. Henry Rondeau, who doubled to lead off the game on the first pitch of the game, and on the next pitch scored on a single by Zach Humphreys to give Corvallis a lead 1-0 in that first inning after 2 pitches. Henry will look at the first pitch here, well out of the strike zone, ball 1. So Scott Shepage is having some control problems. He is more over various locales of the plate in this inning.
Corvallis, a big hit here, would break it open. Already have 2 runs, looking for more.
1-0 pitch to Henry is swung on and hit down the left field line. That's going to drop in for a base hit. 1 run will score. 2 runs are going to score. The runner will hold at second, bobbled momentarily by the left fielder, who did not have a shot at getting the runner at home anyway. 2 runs driven in by Henry Rondeau and make it 4-0 Corvallis. A base hit down the left field line.
Little dunker.
Indeed, a dunker. Not hard hit, but the dunker, as you describe it. But enough distance to get well down that left field line to make Garrett Smith have a little run to get to it, and no time to throw out the runner from second who scored. And, of course, the runner from third, who was Thomas Doverspike, running for Justin Rouleau, he scored easily. And Dylan Miller running for Derek Porter at second, able to come home on that ball down the line. Kyle Storm, with the ball down the left field line, could not advance to third, but he will stand at second. And actually, Bradley Crampton, who replaced Kyle when he was hit by the pitch, is the runner at second. Did they send anybody in for Henry? Why not?
I don't think so.
I thought maybe you weren't allowed to stay on the base if you get on base this inning.
It seems that way. But he is the leadoff hitter, has good speed. It would be shocking if he were pinch run for.
So Henry will be the runner at first. Bradley Crampton at second. 4-0. Still nobody out. And here is Zach Humphreys with a chance to really do some damage as Scott Shepage throws, and it's bunted, but bunted foul.
Yeah, no surprise here on the bunt. He's the 2-hole hitter. Your job is to advance the runners any way you can in that position. Nobody out still, so not like they would be losing much, just that 1 out.
Left-handed hitter Keaton Weaver, the first baseman, just up at the edge of the infield grass at first. And still back just on the dirt at third, Tyler Tutton. The pitch is high and outside. Throw down to second. They may get the runner there, and he is out at second.
Base running error.
Bradley Crampton got too far away. In fact, he took a couple of steps toward third on that pitch, maybe because the bunt was on and he wanted to get the jump. He had farther to come back to second, and a good throw by Brett Moskell nails him at second. So he is out. Catcher to shortstop, Moskell to Cade Fast. Here's the pitch. Swung on and hit foul out of play down the left field line.
No, just missed that van parked under the trees.
So 1 out. Puts a little damper on the inning.
Very, very much.
But let's see what Zach Humphreys can do. Throw to first, and back safely is Henry Rondeau. Henry, a big day for him. He's doubled and singled, and with that double in the first inning, he scored the first run, and with a single here in the fourth, he drives home 2. 4-0 Corvallis. Throw to first. He has to dive back. Corvallis with 1 out in the third and a runner at first. Kyle Storm still at second. Same situation now. Runner at first. And the leadoff
You might see him go.
Pitch is high. Count is even to Zach Humphreys. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Zach has singled to center and reached on an error in the second. An error by second baseman Josh Kibbe. Keep an eye on Henry again. He does go. The pitch is swung on and missed. Strike. Throw down to second, and he slides in, and he is safe. Nice job by Henry. Had to turn on the speed on that one and slide head first, and he did it for the stolen base. Good job by Henry to steal second. Not easily done. It was a fastball and a good throw by Moskal to second. But a runner at second with 1 out.
2 outs.
2 outs. Zach Humphreys, a strikeout victim on that pitch.
But, you know, even if you get thrown out, you have 3, 4, 5 next inning. And if you get a steal, as he did, you got your 3-hole hitter.
Pitch is swung on and hit towards right. Coming on, and will anybody get to it? And it will drop in for a base hit, and scoring all the way from second will be Henry Rondeau because of his stolen base, able to come around and score. That was a tough play for Keaton Weaver, the first baseman. It may have been a bit closer to him, but he was running with his back to the ball. That's a tough play. The right fielder, Tyler Sommerfeld, came as far as he could. He couldn't reach it, and it dropped not too many feet into the outfield for a base hit.
Yeah, I saw the right fielder. He was playing way deep. You know, his 3-hole hitter. He was playing way deep. He had no chance to come and get that second baseman, like you said. Had the best chance.
I thought that might be a strike at the knees, but it's called ball 1, the Tiger liner.
But he was running with his back to the plate, so it was tough.
3 runs in the inning make it 5-0 Corvallis. And a runner at first with 2 outs. And Tiger Liner, their cleanup hitter, with 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch is a little blooper, but this one is going to be manageable into the glove with the shortstop, Cade Fast. And the inning is over. Big inning, though, for Corvallis. They give Luther Ellenson a 5-run lead. 3 runs. They had 3 hits in the inning. They leave 1 after 4. It is Corvallis 5, Dallas nothing. Baseball continues on KGAL.
Albany Grocery Outlet Bargain Market has bargain prices now on a 3-pound bag of cuties, only $2.99. Save up to $2. Hamburger Helper, only 99 cents. 3 pounds of Harris Ranch 7327 ground beef chub, only $6.99. You save up to $7. Price good through the night. And 22-ounce Bubba Steak Bacon Wrapped Sirloin Fillets. In freezer, just $6.99. You save up to $3. Hurry, specials good while supplies last. Albany Grocery Outlet Bargain Market, 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Across from the Heritage Mall with bargains on the brands you trust.
Serving Albany and the Willamette Valley for 37 years. Hi, this is Dean Stavros for Stavros Auto Services. The Auto Doctors is the mechanic side of our business and will give you a written lifetime warranty on all work they perform. Jason and I are proud of Jeff, our service manager, and his trained mechanical technicians. Brakes, tune-ups, or any other maintenance your auto may need, Jeff and his team are ready to help. Stavros Auto Services. Same people, same commitment to excellence. You've got our name on it. Find us at packautobody.com.
1580 KGAL.
All right, then. Top of the 5th inning. It is 5-0 Corvallis, a big lead. Luther Ellenson has struggled a bit in the last couple of innings. And, Scott, it's nice to see him up by 5 now.
Yeah.
Each of the last innings looked a little bit threatening, particularly 2 innings ago. In the third, with the bases loaded and 1 out, he got out of that jam. And he struggled a bit in the last inning, walked the first batter, but picked him off before walking the second batter. But then retired at the side. Corvallis getting 3 runs in the bottom of the 4th. It's 5-0. Well, we have the famous taping of the scorecards. Because they're on 2 sheets. One, the 1st through the 4th inning. The 2nd, 5th through the 12th inning. Game's not allowed to go longer than 12. We've had that happen. It was tough.
It would be rough, I think.
But the roster is taped together, but because with the taping of the roster, it did not permit me to put the sunscreen on. And I don't know, I'm a little balk at using it. It's 45, and of course I hit 35 in October.
But I'm looking at it. It says it won't clog your pores, so that's a good thing.
Well, they're plugged already. It doesn't matter anymore.
Well, I still think you should use it. Don't even worry about the 45 on it.
All right. Here's Tyler Totten, who is the third baseman to lead off. Hits a little chopper, could be trouble, but on the run, the shortstop will pick it up and throw to first. Nathan Reynolds, nice play.
Well, that looked rather routine, didn't it?
Yeah, as it turned out, it was. A bouncer up the middle seemed to maybe have a little more steam than that, but Nathan Reynolds got a good start and ahead of steam, able to grab it and throw on the run to first for the out. One pitch, one gone in the fifth. Two good teams. We're pleased to be able to do this game today. It's unfortunate. I was hoping this series would have two of the three here in Corvallis.
I know.
Pitch is low to their leadoff hitter, Cade Fast, who has singled and walked. Luther Ellenson in his fifth inning, still with the shutout. Pitch is hit foul down the right field line. Should be out of play and should be foul, and it is, both. A strike, one ball, one strike.
How are you doing?
And that actually in right field is Bradley.
Oh, yeah, that's
Brian.
That's right. We did have changes. Yeah.
Brian said Kyle had a cut above his eye, and he's going to require stitches. But that's what he just told me in between the breaks.
Wow, the helmet must have come back and hit him as he got pushed back. It was straight on to him, knocked the helmet back, and cut him. So it was Bradley Crampton who went out to right field.
Yeah.
2-1 pitch, strike. There's that outside corner. Very consistent today.
Yeah, it's another nice day. 75 degrees.
Keaton Weaver on deck. The right-handed hitter, Cade Fast, and the left-hander, Ellenson. Face off, the pitch hit him. He will take first. So Cade Fast is the young man hit by a pitch. He will stand at first. One out. First batter struck by Luther.
There are a few batters hit in this ball game, though. I believe Dallas has hit 3. I think.
Is it 3?
Let me see.
Just offhand without looking at those couple.
1, 2, 3. Yep,
3.
2 in the first, and then last inning on the bunt.
Yeah, that's right. 2 in the first.
So 4 in the ball game, though. That's a lot.
Keaton Weaver, the first baseman, will step in. Sacrificed successfully in the first after Cade Fast, who was just hit by the pitch, had singled, and he singled in the third. So runner at first. One out. The pitch is swung on and fouled along the left field line. Strike one to Keaton.
I just saw at third base, Dover Spike takes over at third, so just to write that in.
Good eyes on your part.
I got some practice last Friday when they kept changing every inning on me.
22-0. Oh, I was so happy I didn't do that game. Here's the pitch. Grounded towards short. Reynolds will pick it up. He looks to second, does not want to go there. Will throw to first for the out. Slowly hit. And Nathan, again, playing safely, as we saw earlier in the game, just to make sure that they get the out, not to take a chance. It would have been close at second, but there's a 5-0 lead. You want to make sure you get the one out.
Exactly.
And that's tough. You have to make that decision instantly, and that's a good decision on his part.
Next up, the designated hitter, Jarrett Peterson.
And a good throw on a slowly hit ball after he glanced towards second to make the throw to first. 6-3 on the putout, 2 outs. Here's Jarrett Peterson, the DH, but a runner at second. And the pitch to Peterson will be low, ball one. He was struck out and lined out. He was the young man who hit a line drive with the bases loaded in the third. Looked like trouble, but it was right at the center fielder, Henry Rondo. Took maybe one step in and fired the ball back into the infield, holding the runners. Pitch is a strike. And then Scott Shepage, their cleanup hitter, was struck out by Luther Ellenson, and the biggest threat of the day ended without a run. It's still 5-0 Corvallis. But a ball and a strike here to Jarrett Peterson, the DH, number 3 hitter in the order, runner at second. 2 outs. Top of the 5th inning, and Ellenson will turn.
And that was a balk, yeah. I'm not really sure what he did there, but it looked awkward, Ray.
With his foot on the rubber, he made a strange turn to second.
There was no hiding that one.
I'm surprised he almost didn't turn maybe an ankle. It just looked rather awkward. But it definitely is a balk that will send that runner to third.
I don't think I'd ever seen that before.
No, it's not often easy to detect the balk with the various rules of delivery, but that one was quite evident. Pitch just swung on, bounced, one hop. Charged by Reynolds, throws on the run, got him.
Ow.
Boy, he can throw.
Impressed with him this inning.
Very nice play. This time it was to his right, but he was on the run, and again he throws on the run perfectly. That's not easy to keep from throwing that ball away when you're moving towards third base, throwing sidearm to first. Perfect play by Nathan Reynolds. 2 good plays in the inning. Preserves the shutout for Luther Ellenson. Nothing doing for Dallas in the top of the 5th. 1 runner left on base. 4.5 done. Corvallis 5, Dallas nothing. Baseball continues on KGAL.
Locally owned and operated, this is the very end.
If your washer, dryer, stove, or fridge are stone cold dead, then who are you going to call? Like New Appliance at 541, 259 at 1131, of course. You see, Like New Appliance is the Mid-Valley's premier recycler, creating like new appliances from your abandoned, lifeless metal rejects. Do your recycling part. Ask for a free discarded appliance pickup today by calling 259 at 1131. That's 541, 259 at 1131 for Like New Appliance.
When it comes to the most experience, best warranty, best fuel economy, and best service, Mark Thomas Motors is the best. The last standing, locally 4th-generation family-owned new car dealer in Albany, with 3 locations featuring GMC Buick, Chrysler Dodge Jeep, and Hyundai's North American Car of the Year, Elantra, and a new Veloster and Sonata. Support your community by buying your new or certified pre-owned car or truck now at Mark Thomas Motors, Sandy M Highway in Albany. Shop online at markthomasmotors.com.
Mark Thomas Motors, why pay more?
Locally owned and operated, this is the very independent News Talk 1580 KGAL, Lebanon, Albany, Corvallis.
Well, we're back here at Corvallis, where the Spartans lead 5-0 over Dallas. Radio Ray's just putting on some sunscreen, making sure he doesn't roast.
That's right.
He's still in the sun.
That old skin, you gotta protect it now.
And I'm still lucky. I still have not gotten anything over here. This is nice. This is nice, Ray.
I'm frying.
No.
How do you like your announcers? Over easy, scrambled? Count is 0-1 here as Corvallis leading off bottom of the 5th inning. Again, we remind you, a 7-inning game in baseball, high school baseball. So the Spartans just a couple of frames away from a key victory that would put them just 1 game back in the standings and set up a showdown on Friday for first place. Pitch is fouled away by the leadoff hitter, the pitcher Luther Ellenson, who's been very impressive today. After a struggling couple innings, he looked very impressive the last couple outs in the 4th and then retiring the side in the 5th. Where's the official tape for this rust? I don't know if it'll stick now because I've got sunscreen on the fingers, which may erase wipe off the stickum on the tape. Misses. A ball to Luther. He has been hit by a pitch. He was one of the 2, as we mentioned, that last half inning, hit by a pitch in the 1st inning. Nathan Reynolds was also. And he's also flown out. 1 ball, 2 strikes as he leads off here in the bottom of the 5th inside. 2-2. It's just nice to be back in Corvallis and baseball again. We do our American Legion games here frequently in the summer. Not that far off, from the Star Spangled Tournament around the 4th of July. 2-2 fouled away. I think it's just after the 4th this year because of where the 4th falls. They always have it on a weekend. Maybe the 4th falls during the tournament. But that's an annual event here hosted by the Spartans, 8 teams.
It'll be here before you know it.
4 consecutive days of baseball.
Yes.
Next week is May 1st, a week from today. Pitch swung on a miss, strike 3. So Luther is gone to start the 5th. And the batter will be Kane Markley.
May 1st in a week. Wow.
Which means May 4th comes up in the latter part of next week, and 2 months later, 4th of July.
Yeah.
3 months August, 4 months summer is over.
Well, there's only 3 more weeks left in the regular season, right? Or 4.
Was it this one and 2 more?
Yeah, because Corvallis has Crescent Valleys left and South in reverse order. South is first. So yeah, 3 weeks, including today. Not long at all.
Strike one on a foul ball to Kane, second baseman today for the Spartans, who swings and foul tip into the glove of the catcher, off the glove of catcher Brett Moskal. Again, defensively for Dallas, Brett Moskal is the catcher, pitcher Scott Shepage, Keaton Weaver, the first baseman, Josh Kibbe at second, Cade Fast at short, Tyler Tutton at third, outfield Garrett Smith, Tyler Dankenbring, and Tyler Sommerfeld left to right. The pitch is outside. Just with a team like Dallas with a record of 9-1 in the league and not being shut down yet this year, you want more runs if you're a Spartan fan here today. 1-2. Fouled away.
Yeah, Dallas does only have 6 more outs to work with, but they've been scoring all year.
Kane Markley is the grandson of Elaine Markley, who for years has made things run here at the press box. Runs the concession stand downstairs, takes care of so many matters for the teams, both high school team and the American Legion team. 1-2, that one looks good, and it is strike 3.
First strikeout looking on the ball game for Scott.
And 2 strikeouts in the inning. Have been keeping track here of the total. 1, 2, 3, 6. And a couple more. 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, 6.
For Scott Shepage. At 5 runs for Corvallis, they lead at 5-0. There's a good-looking off-speed pitch to Justin Rouleau, strike 1. Here in the bottom of the 5th inning. 5 runs, 6 hits, no errors for Corvallis. Pitch is swung on. That should be the end of the inning. High fly ball to center. Let's see who will reach it. Left center and on the run and making a one-handed catch. Not an easy one is Garrett Smith.
Good play.
Split the outfielders, Garrett Smith in left and Tyler Dankenbring in right, or in center. It was not an easy out. A long run. Garrett Smith one-hands it for the outside, retired. 1, 2, 3 innings, second time in the game. Scott Shepage has been able to do that. We finished 5 this afternoon. Corvallis with a 5-0 lead on Dallas as we continue on KGAL.
The mission of this quality Mid-Valley builder is treat every job like it's our only job, no matter how big or small. And we don't stop until our customer is 100% satisfied 100% of the time. Now Builders has stuck to this business plan since their beginning in 1992. They welcome commercial and residential jobs, big or small, it doesn't matter at Now Builders. See their list of referrals online at nowbuilders.com or call 541-926-2858.
Eye-popping graphics on premium fabrics. That's what you'll wear from Northwest Apparel and Graphics. Businesses like Albany's Furniture and Beds, Buckmaster Plumbing, and Rhodes Warden have trusted Northwest Apparel and Graphics for their new appearance. Now you can too, and for a lot less than you'd expect. From vinyl signs and proverbs to screen printing and custom embroidery, Northwest Apparel and Graphics can do it all. No minimum orders for home or business. Look for their new showroom just south of the Kuhn Theater on South Main Street. Northwest Apparel and Graphics.
1580 KGAL.
Top of the 6th inning. We certainly thank you for joining us for baseball today here at 1580 KGAL. Locally owned and operated, and proud to bring you another season of trying to get all the Area 5A teams involved in our broadcast today from Corvallis, with the Spartans leading Dallas 5-0. Welcome anybody that might be listening up to Dallas, as we have the power to reach Dallas.
Very nice.
No balls, 1 strikes to see who this is leading off here. Let me change the roster here. And it will be, it
is Scott.
Scott Shepage.
Yep. Pitching. Leading off here.
0-2 as he hits this one in foul territory. Should be playable for the first baseman, who backs up and makes the catch. Dylan Miller still at first. Are we right there? Yeah. Number 9. I didn't write the numbers down before the game. Scott Shepage fouls out to start the 6th. 1 gone. 4 outs away from a victory. And a big victory for Corvallis. They are 2 games behind Dallas after losing yesterday 7-4. But if they win today, they force a showdown, unfortunately, at Dallas on Friday for first place. Pitch swung on and missed by Brett Moskal. Moskal has struck out, walked, but was picked off. A key move in the 4th. as Ellenson would also walk the next batter. This one hit into foul territory, out of play, right field. 0-2. Also have not tallied up all the strikeouts. Let's see. 4, 5, and 6. So 6 for both sides. Luther Ellenson has struck out 6 in the game, and Shepage has struck out 6, fouled away. For Brett Moskal, 0-2. Garrett Smith on deck. Again, I don't know if you can hear that at home, but every time we get, every once in a while, I don't know why, get a little bit of an echo and a repeat.
It's part of the internet, you know.
It might just be, we might be the only ones that can hear it. It's often the case. 0-2. Outside.
And then we sound crazy for talking about it because
that's right.
Nobody can hear it but us.
But it's confusing. I want people to know why you're suddenly very confused.
Yeah.
Which is not new. I mean, it doesn't have to happen to be confused. The 1-2 pitch is hit on the ground. Kane Markley will go to his right, pick it up, and throws wide of first. And safe at first will be Brett Moskal.
Well, the Dallas fans sure like that one, didn't
I guess
they?
So. In fact, it was so loud, I looked again at first base to see if maybe for some reason he was out. I was thinking that maybe he was out on the play. But he is safe, and that will be called the first error of the ball game. Not an easy play because Kane had to go to his right and throw sidearmed and quickly to first, but drew Dylan Miller off the bag, and it will be called an error. First error of the game for the Spartans. Runner at first, one out, and a ball thrown to Garrett Smith.
He had to range a long way to his right. Did a good job of even getting to it, really.
Would have been a good play if he'd been able to throw for the out, but they do call it an error. Tough love. 1-0 pitch, fouled away.
And I suppose the Dallas fans were, really happy about that because they have not had much to cheer for today, really. Only 3 hits in the ball game.
Luther Ellenson has gone all the way today. Has given up just 3 hits. Has a runner at first. 1 out in the 6th inning. Checks that runner at first, and the batter will step out. For everything Volkswagen, Independent Auto Works. For any service, any parts, any year, any model. If it's Volkswagen related, Independent Auto Works is the answer. On 13th near campus, Independent Auto Works, longtime sponsor of American Legion high school ball here at KGAL, fouled away, third baseline. Scott McDonald is the coach for Dallas. Rather unusual. We think of Dallas and Silverton as the 2 teams outside of our, plus Woodburn, now independent and not in the league, but you have the 5 teams in this area. And Silverton was the dominant team in football, very much so, and very much so in basketball.
Yeah, this was the year of Silverton.
And Dallas was one of the teams that the Warriors, Lebanon Warriors, had a victory against, and they didn't have that many.
Yeah.
But it's reversed here in baseball. Silverton has just had an awful year. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Make it 7 strikeouts for Luther Ellenson. Garrett Smith is a strikeout victim for the 2nd time today. 2 outs and a runner at first, and Tyler Sommerfeld.
And Robbie and I talked about that on Friday. It's just crazy how good they have been in football and basketball, and just they cannot get anything going in baseball.
It's why I had scheduled Silverton and West before the season ever started. The pitches fouled away. They are playing today at West, a place with a press box, so it seemed, yes, we can do that game. And I thought that probably would be good. West has been a dominant team for years. And Silverton, after their seasons in basketball, or basketball and football, I thought they'll probably field a very good baseball team. And they have been beaten up, pitches low. For example, against Corvallis. Corvallis won the opening game last week, 21-0, 16-3 on Wednesday, and the game that you unfortunately had to sit through, 22-0.
Yeah, 9 runs in the 2nd, 6 in the 3rd, and in the 4th for Corvallis. It was nuts.
1-1, low and in the dirt.
Silverton has some, they have a few problems on their team. Pitching is the biggest thing. They used so many pitchers that day. The starting pitcher, he got taken out in the 2nd inning. He ended up coming back in, I think, in the 5th inning and to pitch again because they just have no arms on that team. It seems like everybody pitched and they couldn't throw strikes.
Outside ball 3. 2 outs.
But we didn't recognize too many of the names on the roster, so it would appear that maybe the football and basketball players didn't go out for baseball.
Are doing something else in the spring.
Yeah, maybe track.
Track.
That's always a big one, track.
Certainly some of the speed.
Mm-hmm. Maybe, I think there's only like 1 or 2 names that we recognized, so, that'll be part of it.
Just surprising, and here is Dallas that struggled football and basketball, and they have a very, very solid baseball team.
Go figure.
Ranked number 2 in the state in 5A baseball. Swung on and missed. Full count, 3-2. 7 strikeouts in the ball game for Luther Ellenson. Trying to make it 8 here and give Corvallis at least a 5-0 lead heading into what could be the final inning in the 7th. But a full count, runner at first. 3-2 pitch. Luther will check the runner at first, and he will throw there, and the runner simply steps back in very lazily.
He was not far off the bag.
Tyler Sommerfeld struck out swinging, and he has flown out to center field. Ellenson again checks that runner, and this time will throw home. 3-2 is swung on and missed on a high pitch, probably out of the strike zone. Little off speed. 1 more strikeout, make it 8 on the day for Luther Ellenson, and very impressive in the 6th inning. No runs, no hits. There was an error, 1 left. 5.5 done. Corvallis leads at 5-0, and we'll be back on KGAL.
Albany Burgerville is celebrating over 50 years of serving customers fresh, great-tasting food with a mission to serve with love. Now featuring the Ham Havarti Sandwich, all-natural Diamond Ranch ham layered with melted Havarti cheese, fresh slice of tomato on a toasted hoagie roll, complemented with a seasoned tradition chocolate hazelnut milkshake. Pick up an Albany Burgerville rewards card now. Cash for every dollar spent. Albany Burgerville is celebrating over 50 years of serving customers fresh, great-tasting food with a mission to serve with love. Albany Burgerville, fresh, local, sustainable.
Wilson Motors in Corvallis is showcasing the arrival of the new 2014 Jeep Grand Cherokee, the 2014 Jeep Patriot, and the 2013 Motor Trend Truck of the Year, the Ram 1500. Wilson Motors is where you'll find this area's best selection, best prices, and happy customers. Come see the notable difference during the showcase event going on now at Wilson Motors. Make your best deal today at Wilson Motors Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, 5th and Buchanan in Corvallis, and online at saveatwilson.com.
1580 KGAL.
We appreciate your company this Wednesday afternoon. High school baseball here at KGAL. I'm Radio Ray. It's Scott Landgren here as well. Here would be Corvallis, Taylor Field, Hanson Stadium, named for Gene Hanson, and for so long a prominent part of particularly their American Legion program, and who died years ago tending the field. Slipped off the top of one of the dumpsters on the field while working on the field, which he had done for so many years. A great supporter of American Legion ball and baseball throughout high school, whatever it be in this area. Stadium named for him. Bottom of the 6th inning, Corvallis tries to get 1 more run and add to a 5-0 lead if they can. The 7th would be the final inning if they could shut down Dallas. A swing and a miss by the leadoff hitter here. And that will be Derek Porter, the DH, who swings and he pops this one up. May be playable. It's in the stadium, and the catcher on the run will make the putout. Brest Moskal. Nice play by him running down towards the first base dugout, the Corvallis dugout. 1 gone on a pop out by Derek Porter.
He didn't catch it.
Oh, he didn't catch it?
He dropped it.
Well, I'll be darned. I saw him put it in his glove and looked away. So Derek Porter steps back in. Score that error, number 1 of a lifetime, number 12, Radio Ray. 0-2. Oh,
wow.
Whoa, that one was in the heart of the plate and sinks the heart of Derek Porter, who is out. Boy, I saw him put that ball away in his glove, and I look no further.
I think he caught it off the hop. It dropped. I saw it drop.
It dropped?
Yeah.
So he did not put it in his glove. He reached out for you. Telling me he didn't put it in his glove?
Well, I mean, unless he got it on the hop. He did not catch it.
Whoa.
I think you might be having a heat stroke, Ray. It's you've been in the sun too long.
I guess the ball fell short of the glove. It looked to me like he made that catch. It looked like it dropped into the glove. It must have fallen just short. Obviously, he did not get it when he reached out. 0-1 to Kyle Storm, who will take a ball in the dirt.
Crampton, yes. Yeah, this is Crampton up there for Storm.
Oh, it's,
Remember,
yeah. Had not made that change in the scorecard because he's playing right field for Kyle, who got hit by that pitch and cut above the eye. Strike. The ball hit him straight on in the helmet. Apparently the helmet came back and cut his eye. And Bradley Storm is on in his place. It has a 1-2 count. A pitch from Shepage will be swung on and missed, but he gets away from the catcher, Moscow, who will throw down to first for the out. I thought maybe he fouled that off because it was way outside and he offered at it. And it obviously got away from the catcher, Brett Moscow. It was so far outside, but towards the first base bag, Moscow able to track it down, throw to first for the putout. So Storm is out. And the batter will be the leadoff hitter, Henry Rondo. He's had a very good day. Doubled on the first pitch of the game. Scored on the second pitch of the game. The base hit by Zach Humphreys. Corvallis up 2-0. And we get our
pitching change.
First change of the day here. A sudden one. Maybe
That's
a little surprising with 2 outs.
Wondering if something happened to Scott Shepage or something.
In the 6th inning.
Because he was pitching, he's rolling.
Yeah.
Well, there he is coming out to field the position.
A couple of strikeouts in this inning. Gives him 8 for the game. But we will have our first pitching change of the day. To finish that thought, Henry Rondo doubled first pitch of the game. Zach Humphrey singled. It was 1-0 Corvallis. They had 1 in the second. And then Henry doubled in the 4th. A key double driving home a couple of runs, an inning in which Corvallis would score 3 times. And they lead at 5-0. 2 outs, bottom of the 6th, and a new pitcher on hand for Dallas. Hands down, Samaritan Health Services is your source for exceptional orthopedic care. Arthritic joints, carpal tunnel, bad shoulders, blown out knee. I've got all of those. Oh, jeez. Rest assured that Samaritan's talented orthopedic and sports medicine experts are there to get you back to being active. Samaritan Orthopedics, you can call them at 1-800-299-2929. And I do know, just in an attempt to keep things going and working, there are many things that ache, and every now and then there is an injury that has struck in the last couple of years for me. And you need good assistance, and they can really be helpful. I've often thought that I can work through these things on my own, and I have found in the last couple of years that that's a mistake. When they're there 6, 7 months later.
That's not good.
And you need to be led in the right direction, and they will do that at Samaritan Orthopedics. 1-800-299-2929 for what ails you. A reminder from LBCC, they invite you to get started, get finished, save on tuition, travel, and housing as you prepare for virtually any career you might choose. LBCC, the wise choice in Albany, Lebanon, Sweet Home, and in Corvallis. All right, let's see who the new pitcher is. Scott Shepage is out. Did you catch a number on that bus?
Geary, number 5.
A.J. Geary, right-hander, will replace the right-hander Scott Shepage. Goes 5 2/3. Pitch is outside, ball 1. 2 outs, nobody on, bottom of the 6th. Corvallis 3 outs away from moving within 1 game of first place, but also, most likely, I don't want to put the pitch kibosh, the PK on it. Pitch is low. Crescent Valley will be there with them 1 game out of first.
Yeah, it's going to be a very interesting end of the season because Dallas, Crescent Valley, and Corvallis and South are all kind of playing each other here these last few weeks. Let's see here. Corvallis and Crescent Valley play the last week of the year.
Pitch is inside, 3-0 count.
And let's see, Crescent Valley's playing South this week, Dallas next week.
Are they? They
got the tougher road to the championship. And Corvallis has South next week and then Crescent Valley.
3-0 pitch, no question. That's a strike.
And then so Dallas would have Corvallis this week, obviously, and then Crescent Valley next week, and then South to end the year. So everyone still has to play South except for Crescent Valley the rest of the year. So
it's not a done deal for Dallas.
No.
Strike. Sidearm.
It's sure not. It's going to be a great finish the rest of the year.
As effective as they've been in losing just once so far, and that was to West Albany. They won 2 of 3. Dallas did last week. But still, a long way to go. 3-2, got a piece of it, fouled it off.
That was an interesting series. Every road team won that last week. They won the 2 games at West, and West won the game up at Dallas.
And Dallas won the 2 games of West by a score of 5-4 both times.
Yeah.
Able to win close games all season. Pitch is fouled away.
Oh,
By
Kirk.
third base. Did Kirk make a one-handed? No, it's
No,
out
he
there in
did
the
not.
outfield. He missed it. Seinfeld moment.
Boo! Elaine gave him an air down there.
Boo!
He was mad at himself. He felt like he should have came up with that one.
It's the Samson thing. The hair is gone. The hair that famously came out of the Kirk Myrold helmet for years is gone. Pitch, a strike call, and once again, Kyle Storm was on his way to first earlier. I believe it was Kyle who had to come back on a strike 3 call, and this one, Henry Rondo was heading down to first, and the umpire says, hang on, strike 3. So the side actually goes down on strikes in the 6th, nothing doing for Corvallis. But they will go into the 7th if they can get the side out and maintain a lead. They lead 5-0. The game is theirs. We'll see what happens. Baseball continues on KGAL.
Figaro's Pizza in Albany is celebrating spring with a large Mexican Fiesta Supreme. Now just $14.99, $15.99 baked. Smothered with beef, olives, onions, taco chips, and diced tomatoes. Laid over their picante bean sauce. Served with sour cream and jalapenos on the side. The Mexican Fiesta Supreme on sale now at the Albany Figaro's in front of Fred Meyer. Call 541-924-9303.
H&R Block Tax Professionals are ready to take another look at your TurboTax return to see what you may have missed. Let us tell you for free if you left any money on the table. Start by visiting hrblock.com/anotherlook or call 1-800-HR-BLOCK to make an appointment. Fees apply for amended returns. Only some software users make errors, and not every error results in a larger refund at participating locations.
Hi, this is Joyce at your local H&R Block office in Albany, Corvallis, and Lebanon. We live and breathe taxes. Let us find you every deduction and credit you deserve.
1580 KGAL.
It's the 7th inning, and we'll see what Corvallis can do here. Luther Ellenson will try to make it a complete game today, and a complete game shutout if he can. 5-0 Corvallis. He will face Josh Kibbe to lead off, the number 8 hitter for Dallas. Tyler Totten, third baseman, and Cade Fast, the leadoff hitter here in the 7th inning. Swung on and missed, strike 2. Town & Country Realty, the Mid-Valley's #1 real estate firm. For every multiple listing in the Valley, check their website, tncrealty.com. The pitch is swung on and missed, strike 3. Can you do it any faster than that? 3 pitches? Are you allowed?
No, you sure can't.
9 strikeouts. 9 strikeouts in the game for Ellenson. This will be a base hit, though, straight away to center field, bouncing in front of Henry Rondo. Josh Kibbe was the strikeout victim to start the inning, and Tyler Totten with a base hit, his first, and only the 4th hit of the game off Luther Ellenson. So there is a runner at first and some hope for Dallas as Cade Fast steps in. He has singled, walked, and hit by a pitch. He has not been retired yet by Luther, who has been dominant all game long against the rest of the lineup. Again, looks at the runner at first. The pitch is fouled away. It would be stunning to see a runner at this point down 5 runs to take off from first against a left-handed pitcher, unless he were particularly careless and not interested in the runner. Totten takes his lead, but Ellenson will stare at him and keep him there, and the pitch is in the dirt. Ball, 1 strike. Next week, we'll do a couple of games. I believe one is from Lebanon and one from West.
Mm-hmm.
The two of the places with press boxes. It's nice when they meet each other.
That is very nice.
Lebanon and West on Tuesday and Friday of next week. We'll come back here for a Crescent Valley game the following week. Pitch is popped up. Infield pop. Let's see who calls for it. The shortstop, Nathan Reynolds, has been lights out today and puts this one away on the pitcher's mound. Hands it to Luther Ellenson, and says something. I'm sure he says something like, one more.
Yeah.
And he points it out to the rest of the infield and outfield. One more. 2 outs. 1 out away from a very impressive victory.
Complete game shutout it would be for Luther.
Pop to 6th to put out there. Nathan Reynolds, the shortstop, and here's Keaton Weaver. He has singled on the day, sacrificed in the first inning after Fast led off with a base hit. One of a couple of times in the game that Ellenson has gotten tough. retired the side once with the bases loaded and 1 out in the third. He got out of it. Pitch misses. Ball 1. As that sun bears down here, but a gorgeous, gorgeous April day. 1 ball, no strikes. Ellenson again stares at first, checks the runner and throws, and it's popped away. Out of play. Jarrett Peterson, the DH, would be next. On Friday, they will meet in Dallas, and that's unfortunate. I did a game from Dallas last year and regretted the position from which you have to call that game. It's windy. It's in an open field. Pitch is low. Bounces in the dirt. And the wind really blows through there because it is so open, and it's often windy this time of year, even through the summer here. But it's not a good position for spotting the game either, because you sit just behind home plate adjacent to home, and you get sometimes the on-deck batter will block you. The umpire will block you. Pitch is a high fly ball. Is this it for the game? Nathan Reynolds calls everybody out in the outfield grass, and he takes it for the putout, and the side is retired. And Dallas goes down for just the second time in the season, and a big, big win for Corvallis. They dropped the game in yesterday, and Dallas 7-4, trailed by 2 in the standings, needed this victory. They get it today, 5-0, a complete 3-hit shutout for Luther Ellenson. And Corvallis, with the win, moves within a game of first place. So the game on Friday will be to decide first place. If Corvallis can win, they put themselves in a very good position. Now, they would tie Dallas at best, but they would have the tiebreaker in the event that 2 weeks later the teams finish tied for first. So a huge game on Friday. Be a shame they can't move it back here. Yeah, but a great win for Corvallis. As Kirk Meyerhold and Eric Daisy, 2 of the coaches, exchange handshakes with Dallas. 5-0. Corvallis wins it. We'll come back and wrap things up from Corvallis today on KGAL.
Expecting great things from your lawn this year? You will with the all-new Kubota Commander zero-turn mower from Lynn Benton Tractor. And now during Kubota's Great Expectations sales event, you'll not only get a great deal on the Commander, you can expect professional performance and a full 4-year, 300-hour factory warranty. Raise your expectations about your lawn with a Kubota Commander. Now with financing as low as 0% APR. There's a Commander waiting for you today at Lynn Benton Tractor on McLean Street in Silverton or along Highway 99E, Tangent.
The really big spring event is happening now at Power Honda in Albany. Check out the all-new 2013 Accord and find out why it is the winner of the USA Today Motor Week Midsize Sedan Shootout. During this month of April, you can take advantage of 1.9% financing for 60 months on the all-new Accord.
Financing subject to approved credit.
Visit Power Honda online at mypowerhonda.com or stop by Power Honda in Albany today, just east of I-5 on Santiam Highway, your Honda Superstore.
Financing subject to approved credit.
1580 KGAL.
All right, Corvallis, a good win for them. They win at 5-0 today. They got the jump right away. We've mentioned a couple of times in the ballgame with 2 pitches in the bottom of the first. They had the lead 1-0, and it was a lead they would never surrender. As Henry Rondo led off with a double over the head of left fielder Garrett Smith, rolled to the wall in an easy double. And then on the first pitch to Zach Humphreys, he singles to center, a solid single, driving home Henry Rondo, the lead 1-0 Corvallis, and as I said, they never surrendered it after that. A run in the second, an unearned run, made it 2-0, and then the big inning that really made you breathe more easily was the fourth, in which they scored 3, and a big 2-run single by Henry Rondo, who scored in the first, and singled home the 2 runs in the fourth. Those 3 runs made it 5-0, and that's where the game ends, 5-0 Corvallis. Back within a game of first place. Dallas, the number 2 ranked team in the state, that's an impressive victory, not only to beat the number 2 ranked team, but the way they did it.
Yeah, they did. It was a complete game shutout by Luther Ellenson. I don't know how many strikeouts, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 strikeouts. He really pitched well, and I think the greatest thing about this win today is, like you said, the way they did it. 5-0. Dallas had not been, I'm not sure if they'd been shut out all year. I don't know. I don't have their schedule here, but I can tell you they've been hitting the ball and hitting it well lately, and it's just great that Corvallis was able to finish it, get the shutout, set up a huge game on Friday at Dallas.
See what happens there. Our next broadcast, again, if you are not aware, we broadcast from the places with the press boxes. It's very difficult this time of year. You take a chance with the weather. The weather for Friday should be very nice, but it's just not a good spot.
Yeah.
You're in the open. They have a small press box at Dallas, but there is only room for the scorekeeper and the announcer. There really is not enough room for anyone else. So you have to be seated at a table outside, and it's just very tough with the scorecard and the lack of vision for the ball game to do that. So our next broadcast will be next week. We'll have a couple of games, one from Lebanon, one from West, and I think it may be in that order, Tuesday and Friday, but both of them will be the matchup, Lebanon and West. Not as big as a contest as I thought when the year started. West has always managed to get up there in first place or close to it. Last year they finished in a tie for third with Lebanon. Dallas a year ago was not in first place coming into the last week. Lebanon was in first place, and Dallas swept them in 3 straight games with very impressive victories as they won 14-4, 8-2, and then 12-11. To finish in first place in the league. Corvallis was second. West and Lebanon tied for third, but because West had beaten Lebanon 2 out of 3, Lebanon actually fell to fourth place with that sweep by Dallas a year ago. Dallas then in the playoffs would win a play-in game against Eagle Point and would drop their second game in the first round. Corvallis, though, was also in the playoffs and won a play-in game before losing in the first round. And the same thing happened to West last year. As they won a play-in game and then lost in the first round of the playoffs. But Dallas back this year even stronger. We mentioned a number of people are back from last season. They are the number 2 ranked team by the OSAA. Ashland is the only team in the state right now ranked above them. And Corvallis able to knock them off this afternoon 5-0. But they face a tough task to go to Dallas to try to get the win on Friday. We'll have one more break here, I believe, and then we'll come back and wrap things up officially. Baked. Now I can sit back, though. It's nice. Out of that sunshine. Beautiful day, but boy, that sun really bearing down here at the press box in Corvallis. But the Spartans bear down as well this afternoon. They win at 5-0. We'll come back and finish up in a moment.
Albany Burgerville is celebrating over 50 years of serving customers fresh, great-tasting food with a mission to serve with love. Now featuring the Ham Havarti Sandwich, all-natural Diamond Ranch ham layered with melted Havarti cheese, fresh slice of tomato on a toasted hoagie roll, complemented with a seasoned tradition chocolate hazelnut milkshake. Pick up an Albany Burgerville rewards card now. Cash for every dollar spent. Albany Burgerville is celebrating over 50 years of serving customers fresh, great-tasting food with a mission to serve with love. Albany Burgerville. Fresh, local, sustainable.
Wilson Motors in Corvallis is showcasing the arrival of the new 2014 Jeep Grand Cherokee, the 2014 Jeep Patriot, and the 2013 Motor Trend Truck of the Year, the Ram 1500. Wilson Motors is where you'll find this area's best selection, best prices, and happy customers. Come see the notable difference during the showcase event going on now at Wilson Motors. Make your best deal today at Wilson Motors Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, 5th and Buchanan in Corvallis, and online at saveatwilson.com.
1580 KGAL.
Well, let's wrap things up for today. We thank you for joining us here. The victory goes to Corvallis, 3-0. Weren't that many pitching changes in the game, but let me throw in a word here from our pitching change sponsor.
Yeah.
Because probably last week they should have gotten about 16.
Yeah, we did a few, but we didn't do every one, that's for sure.
Hands down, Samaritan Health Services, your source for exceptional orthopedic care. Whatever the problem may be, rest assured Samaritan's talented orthopedic and sports medicine experts are there to get you back to active, and it makes a big difference. Their number, 1-800-299-2929. Anybody have pain out there, orthopedic pain? Samaritan Orthopedic will serve you. 1-800-299-2929. Well, next week back with a couple of games, and then in the final week we have 2 games. And I think in that final, I wouldn't guarantee, I think if Corvallis has the first game at home, we're doing both of the Corvallis and Crescent Valley games in the final week, but I'm not sure of that. We'll see. Crescent Valley also does not have a press box out there.
Yeah, she's shaking her head yes.
Is it? Twice. So we...
it's home away gosh, she says.
Home away. Oh, a Goss Stadium for the final game? We'll definitely be there.
Yeah.
That's right. The final game is at Goss. I forgot. Of course,
that'll be nice.
I had seen that, yeah. So we will have in the final week, hopefully they will both still be in the hunt. And that certainly will be the case if Corvallis can knock off Dallas on Friday. Crescent Valley is playing South, and we mentioned the problems that South has. Right now they are ranked at the bottom of the OSAA rankings, and they have been losing some big-time games by big-time scores. You would imagine this afternoon that Crescent Valley will defeat them. They will go to 8-3. Dallas is at 9-2. Corvallis at 8-3. So both Corvallis and CV, it's interesting, both the Corvallis area teams trailed Dallas by a game. Very likely on Friday, Crescent Valley will go to 9-3 with a victory, and we'll see how Corvallis does. But one or both of the teams likely to be in the hunt in a couple of weeks, and will carry 2 games between CV and Corvallis.
Right. The thing you got to remember, though, is Corvallis still gets to play South Albany next week. So they get that luxury of playing the team that's struggling, and Crescent Valley has Dallas next week. So, it could be interesting. They could still end up tied at the end.
If they fall a couple of games back, though, that gets awfully tough.
Yeah, but
to have Dallas lose a pair.
But the biggest thing is, obviously you want to win on Friday, but even if you don't, there's still a chance, because Crescent Valley has to play, or Dallas has to play Crescent Valley next week, and you never know. They could win 2 out of 3 there.
You have hope and optimism.
Yeah.
You should be from Buffalo. I was back there last week, Buffalo and Cleveland. The poor sports fan. Everybody in great pain. Oh, the Sabres, they stink. The Bills, they stink. The Bisons, that's their AAA ball club. And now I think they're with the Mets. They used to be with Cleveland. I think it's the Mets up the road now, are they're a major league team. They stink. And he went to Cleveland. And Byron Scott was fired by the Cavaliers while we were back there.
Yeah.
And I was at my wife, Mary Jo, her cousin's house, and they really have a nice family. It's an Italian family, very closely knit. About 15 people there last Friday. And the men, they love the sports there. And then we were talking about the fact that Byron Scott had been fired. And I said, well, Mike Brown is available. And one of the older cousins said, yeah, like that, yeah. But one of the young son-in-laws of a cousin said, Mike Brown would be all right. Mike Brown is the new coach of the Cleveland Cavaliers.
For the second time.
He's back. He had LeBron when he was winning big the first time around. But
will he get LeBron again? That's the question. Everyone seems to think he's going to go back. But would they want him?
That was a discussion at dinner, and several people said no.
Yeah?
He's not coming back. It was also one more baseball story. We were watching the Indians last Friday night. Brett Myers was the pitcher. And Josh, the young son-in-law, was commenting that Brett Myers had given up 8 home runs on the season.
Oh, wow.
And he was in his 20th inning at the time.
That's not good.
Sure enough, the batter, and I've forgotten who it was, hits a home run into the seats. He has now given up 9 home runs. And they were playing Houston, and Rick Ankiel steps up. So I told him the story about how Rick Ankiel hit a home run on his first at-bat, pinch hitting against Texas, and then was up 13 times and struck out 12. But he came up against the Mariners, and against the Mariners, the first time up, he hits a home run. So I said, it's all or nothing at all for him. And, somebody says, it's probably a home run. The next pitch, bang. Brett Myers has given up 10 home runs in 20 innings at that point. And today, Brett Myers went on the DL with a sore shoulder.
or a sore shoulder.
Somewhere in the arm, something bothering him in the arm. But it's great to go to these different cities and see people that have these major league teams and how they suffer in Cleveland and Buffalo. No suffering here today, though. Corvallis wins at 5-0. The final stats on the day, 5 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for Corvallis. They left 5, no runs, 4 hits. They did have a base hit in the 7th. A 4-hitter, complete game for Luther Ellenson. Couple of errors for Dallas, 7 men left on. Luther Ellenson, the left-hander, a terrific game for him. Appeared to be in trouble and struggling in the 3rd and 4th with his control. Loaded the bases with 1 out in the 3rd, got out of that. One of those, a line drive to center field that could have done a lot of damage and changed the ball game. But sometimes the vagaries of sport, if you're not in Buffalo and Cleveland, go with you. And they did for Corvallis today. Great game for Luther. And Scott Shepage, the starting pitcher, very good one for Dallas, takes the defeat, 5-0. And now Corvallis within a game of first. Crescent Valley probably there as well. Crescent Valley facing South today and Friday. And a big matchup between these two teams on Dallas Friday afternoon. Our next game will be next Tuesday. I believe it's from Lebanon. It could be from West. It is Lebanon and West.
We know who's playing. That's important.
And we will see you there. Thank you, Scott.
Thanks, Ray.
And it's a beautiful day here in this press box. But man, it's hot.
You are roasted. You are well done right now.
A preview of what's to come for the summer when that summer heat. And usually we do American Legion games a little bit later, and then that sun is really low and truly hits you right in the eyes here. But it's a great place from which to call a game, and a good result today, 5-0. Corvallis wins it. Thank you, Carissa Adams, back at the station. We'll see you Tuesday for baseball on locally owned and operated KGAL Radio.
Thanks for listening to today's broadcast of Mid-Valley High School Baseball on 1580 KGAL. High School Baseball was brought to you by Lynn Benton Tractor, Power Honda, Ixtapa Family Mexican Restaurant, Albany Grocery Outlet, Stavros Auto Centers, Mark Thomas Motors, Burgerville, Now Builders, Northwest Apparel and Embroidery, Wilson Motors, Figaro's Pizza of Albany, Like New Appliance, and by Economy Supply Building Center. Listen soon for another exciting high school game. This broadcast is exclusive property of Eads Broadcasting, 1580 KGAL, and Radio Scott Productions. U.S. copyright law protects this broadcast. Duplication or rebroadcast of any portion of this program is strictly prohibited without prior written consent. We now join our regular programming.
The news you need, smart talk, and just enough sports. That's what you'll get from News Talk 1580 KGAL.